cosmic council once presided over a peaceful collective. Collectors coexisted in harmony and mutual appreciation. But disaster loomed. Escaping just before destruction, the last of the council headed out into space to regain what was lost. Collecting all they can on their journey, they now find themselves here on Earth. Welcome to the Cosmic Council, the sight and sound of collecting.
Hello, everyone. We've got a gonk with us today. And we've got a black screen. Ho, ho, hoing at us. And of course, we've got me. How are we? Are we all right? Are we all right?
Hello from him and hello from
me.
There he is. There's the reveal.
Welcome to the Cosmic Council, everybody.
Merry festivities.
I'm just going to higher it up a little bit. I can hardly hear you. There we are. That might be better. We'll probably end up getting feedback now through the microphone. What are we up to? I don't have a Santa hat.
We're wearing silly hats, clearly. Mine's a very bargain basement one, though. I need one like that.
That is a pretty awesome Santa hat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quality, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, what are we up to?
One as well. Oh, I'm lem sipping.
You're lem sipping.
Partly to keep myself awake because I didn't sleep very well either, so it's all good. If I start slipping into tongues later, you'll know why.
Ed's keeping quiet.
Oh.
Ed's keeping quiet.
Why? What about?
I don't know. You just haven't said anything yet.
I know. I'm just playing Chucky Egg.
Chucky Egg. You must be playing that on the Amiga or the Amstrad or something.
Maximum concentration.
No, I'm actually playing it on the computer.
On the computer?
Yeah.
I wonder which variety.
Well, that's a microcomputer. No, I'm not. I'm playing it on the computer because the plug that the microcomputer usually gets plugged in has something else plugged into it.
Hey, Benjamin.
Like a lot of lights in the background.
Hello, Connor.
We've got a
Hello, everyone.
See, Benjamin knows exactly what it is.
I have no idea what Benjamin's talking about. I'm just tether that there because it's got a bell on it and it's just.
You'll be playing with your bell end again.
Oh. Starting early.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I've got the ST version. He's got the DX version. That's quite enough for that, I think.
Oh, that's better. That looks better. Look at that. That looks very fetching, does that?
Good evening, comrade. Think Russian.
Yes, we just finished watching Andy's latest offering.
Andy's what?
Latest offering. He put a little video up about the pod vehicles from the Thunderbirds.
Oh, right. The mole. The mole.
There were several moles, yes.
I like the one that's got a drill on the front of it.
The mole.
Yeah.
Hello, Sean. How are you doing, man? I like that Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, is that the Tomy one or is that a Polar Lights one? I wonder.
I don't know.
I ain't got me.
Sean will tell us momentarily.
The Playmates one, couldn't it?
There's a new Playmates one as well now.
Yes.
I need to
delve into my favourite pod vehicle, and also the elevator cars. Okay.
The elevator cars, don't they appear in the first episode of Thunderbirds because they help like that aircraft land, don't they? Because the aircraft loses its landing gear.
Is it Fireflash or Skyflash? Am I just making it up?
What?
The name of the plane, is it Fireflash?
I ain't got a clue.
I called it Fireflash in my video because I got in my Thunderbirds ephemera video. I got these teeny tiny little elevator cars that were part of a model set, and they're literally like.
All right, got something in my eye.
That's a model kit, and he added lights to it. Well, you did a
wow.
very good job of it, Sean.
Is that the
very good, young man? Very good.
AMT or? I think AMT did some good model kits, didn't they?
It could be the old AMT ones.
Yeah, I was just saying that. I was thinking it could be them.
You know, he says he's got something in his eye. He's actually just been picking his nose. That's why he took the.
No, I did. I think it's the bloody fluff off this bleeding hat got in the eye. Anyway, there we go. Sorted. If I was only go like Stevie Wonder later on, you know what's up. But yeah.
That looks lost on you, does that, Andy?
What looks lost?
So I was just filling in the settings. Stevie Wonder.
Thanks. I think it was a Revel kit.
A Revel.
Revel. Yes.
The French kits.
Are they French? I always thought they were German.
I'm pretty sure Revel are French.
Okay.
I think they're French.
Okay. I'm certainly not arguing with you on it.
I don't know.
He's going to Google it now. He's going to Google
it. He's Googling.
Because I want to prove myself wrong. Because I'm sick of being bloody right all the time.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Gets old so quickly.
Yeah, whatever. And Andy, you've still got that boring background.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to buy you a poster just to put up for these streams.
I'm going to buy myself something just when I have some money left over. I'll get myself something.
Oh, I'm a numpty.
It is the priciest time of the year, it appears. It really is.
Right, so we did have some plans for what we were going to discuss tonight, didn't we? Let's get the first one. Let's get the first one over and done with.
It's American.
It never is.
Yeah, originated in America. Yeah, originated in America.
Wow.
So everyone was wrong, apart from me, who said nothing.
Fair enough. Yeah. I want to get this one over and done with because I feel like I've spoken about it far too much already. So let's get it done with and out. Okay. You know, sod it off. I'm assuming that you've watched the final of the 3 specials, Andy. Yes? I think we spoke about the first 2, didn't we, already?
Yeah.
I think we did that last time.
We have to.
But we haven't done this final one. You know what? I enjoyed this 3rd one.
I did as well.
Yes. I think a lot of people were expecting me to hate it. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite entertaining, to be fair. It was entertaining. It wasn't. I don't think it was groundbreaking or amazing, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Well, it was quite groundbreaking. I mean, it was doctor splitting. I mean, you know.
They weren't splitting the right way, though. I mean, an axe straight down the centre of the forehead would have been good.
Ouch. Did you get lasered through the torso? I mean, you know, that was fairly decent.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know if I can find it. I'm going to try and find it. I made a Facebook post before the episode went out.
Yes.
Let's see if I can find it.
You were quite close, weren't you, as I recall?
I believe I was. The post was, I wonder what lessons Russell T Davies will be preaching tonight. But then I followed it up with my predictions. A kind of romance hinted at between the Doctor and the toy maker. Come with me, and we can go travelling among the stars, and we can play games together forever.
I think that was more buying time so he doesn't clobber the earth kind of tactic,
I wasn't far off. The Doctor will struggle to succeed against the toy maker, but his new regeneration will succeed straight away because he's a person of colour and has to be shown as better. Okay, I weren't exactly nail on the head there, but as soon as the new person of colour turned up, they were able to defeat the Toymaker. Regenerate into 2 Doctors, Shoot It and Tennant. So they have a backup when, not if, the viewing figures end up in the toilet for the next series. Well, we ended up with 2 Doctors.
To be fair, though, the by regeneration were leaked in the summer.
Was, yes, yeah.
That were, but like I say, it was still under the thing of rumor. It won't confirm. It was,
yeah, exactly, yeah. I don't expect to be left anxiously anticipating the next special or series, which is where I'm at. I'm not desperate for the next episodes.
But I have a question.
Go on.
Well, so we now have 2 biologically separate Doctors running around.
We've got more.
Well, okay. From that episode, they're clearly those, and they both have very, very similar memory sets currently. But they're obviously going to have different memories now going forward from that point. Or are they? Are they somehow going to share a linkage range? Or might one of them try and recombine with the other at some point to sort of update the other one? Or is Nakuti's Doctor intentionally never going to have that happen so that he's got a sort of he's not as mentally damaged going forward as Tennant's now is needing to recover before perhaps he recombines having recovered a bit? Does that make sense?
I know what you mean, yeah. I don't think they've got a linked mind, so to speak. But the new Doctor does have a line there where he says that he remembers something along the lines of he remembers David Tennant's Doctor, who's currently in some kind of midlife crisis at the moment, getting it sorted out, which obviously he hasn't yet,
but will.
And he's already got those memories of it.
Yes.
Which is really, really strange.
So maybe when he passes, he will put those into the collective past history of the Doctor, so that Doctor, when his memory catches up, will have those.
Upload it to the cloud.
Yeah. Yeah.
But apparently we've also got, when that split happened, the split happened for every regeneration. So now there's another 13 Doctors swanning around out there in TARDISes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this is what Russell T Davies has said.
That's a lot of tardy.
Yeah.
But how did the other Doctors separate their TARDISes?
Yes, quite.
Did they all have a great big massive mole hammer as well?
That only worked when the Toymaker's been in the immediate vicinity for the next sort of 5.5 hours or something.
It's nonsensical. It's nonsensical.
You see, this is the thing. When I watched it, I would say I was probably maybe about a 7 out of 10 enjoying it. But since watching it, in the time that's passed, as I've thought about these things, I've just picked them and picked them and picked them. And it's now sitting round about a 4 out of 10. Because I just keep picking at it. And the more I pick at it, the more a lot of it doesn't make any sense. And there's so many holes in it. Because technically speaking, this bi-regeneration thing that's happened, Shoot It isn't the Doctor. David Tennant is still the Doctor. Shoot is separated from the original Doctor. So he's actually something else. He may call himself the Doctor and he may have the memories, but it isn't him. It has a separate personality, a separate consciousness, because it's effectively, it's like cloning.
I was going to say, it's more of a clone that looks nothing like him, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and it's like, and it feels to me that the ideas for the episode or the bi-regeneration, it feels like the writers felt they were being so clever and they thought, oh, this is so good. I don't think they actually sat and thought it through, the ramifications of how they'd actually explain it away. So I think these little... Because, I mean, that line doesn't make any sense, because it's like if Shooty has Tennant's memories, then he will still also carry the pain of those memories. Yeah, because it's like, because like trauma, like a PTSD trauma that they're trying to say that the Doctor's got. That's something you never ever get over. That you always carry that. Yeah, and it does always affect you in one way, shape, or form. So,
but the old Tennant Doctor or the new Tennant Doctor, depending on which way you want to look at it, he could bounce around for like 150 years processing his way through that trauma, which a human couldn't do. So
no, don't be silly. At the moment, he's living with Donna Noble. There's no way that he's living past that. He will be hanging himself soon.
So no, it kind of, it's not. I mean, one of the I've seen a lot of fan theories and headcanon explanations on social media about it. Yeah, there's one of the more popular fan theories is that somehow they reintegrate at some point in the future. That basically Shooty isn't actually a regeneration; it's a regeneration from the future, but it's been brought into that particular point in time, and he's being pulled out of him. So it's actually a future regeneration that's being brought back in time and split from him. But it's like, no, I'm not buying that. It's an interesting idea, but it don't work for me. It don't work for me. Does that? I think it's just. I think, like I say, what Gareth said earlier, and we discussed it at the weekend when we were watching it. It's like it just feels like a fail-safe. It's like, right, okay, let's just keep this here just in case, And I think it's also. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I mean, is the term Deus Ex Machina? Is that waiting to happen, isn't it? Because at any given point in time, Tennant could fly in with a second TARDIS to rescue him from whatever doom of the week is happening, and in the process get bumped off, kind of merge into him, and he can carry on again. So it's kind of.
I mean, Russell T Davies has said that effectively Tennant's retired for the moment. He's no plans to bring him back in the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So
how does he not foresee the ratings slump? No.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. The overnight ratings had gone down again for the last episode from what they had from the previous two. Yeah, it had gone down again.
Oh wow!
Week on week reduction.
I'll say this for him: I enjoyed his energy. I thought that he could. Yeah, I think he could bring a lot of quite needed sort of energy, just because he's younger, obviously. I mean, no offense to anyone involved, but we've had quite, aged doctors of late, apart from Duda, obviously. But I think he could bring a slightly different vibe to it, and I think that's probably what they're looking for.
It depends for me. I mean, I will watch the Christmas episode, because I want to see what happens. I want to see what they do with it. It's what?
A musical.
Well, the thing is, I don't have great expectations with it because of what we've seen from the brief bits of the trailer. Yeah, I mean, dancing half naked in a kilt in the Blue Oyster, isn't a great start for your trailer for the Doctor. But I'll give it a chance. I'll watch that episode and see what it does with it. I think I don't think it's nothing against the actors. I've never had anything against the actors that have portrayed the Doctor. It's always been the writing and what they've been given to work with. I mean, it's like Jodie Whittaker. I didn't agree with a woman becoming the Doctor because it's like, why? I don't see the point. Bring back one of the All the Time Lords, the Rani or something like that, yeah? You've already got characters that can be good in their own right and stand toe-to-toe with the Doctor. You don't have to swap and change. So with Shooty, it's like, it depends what kind of energy he's going to bring to it, and it depends how Russell T Davies is going to write it. And from what we've seen from these 360th specials, I don't expect a lot from the writing of it. I think it's just going to be blunt force trauma of preaching and, as other YouTubers call it, the message, and I think...
message.
Yeah, and I think if they do that, I think it's going to be a case of it. I think the ratings are going to keep going down and down and down. Because people don't want to watch that. Well, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but if you go by the ratings, it indicates that people aren't interested in that.
It would be really fascinating to understand the demographic as well, because it's kind of people of our generation watching it, but then younger people aren't. Therefore, the ratings are suffering, or I wonder what's impacting that. And obviously, people just got so much more choice in science fiction and fantasy these days as well. There's so much stuff out there that they could alternatively be watching. That it's like that gentleman who joined us last time was sort of saying, "Can someone explain Doctor Who to me?" And it's like, but that is a thing now, because it's a much broader universe we're living in. What was I going to say? Oh, about that very telling observation you made, Ed, about that. So it felt good at the time, and when you process it, you sort of start picking at it. Well, I think that was very much what Russell T Davies was going for, because he'd already thrown some oddities in there. Because I think he was quietly saying to people, "I ain't going to do what you think I'm going to do. I ain't going to play by the rules." But then he gave us a very emotional episode, because I think we probably all felt that was a really good resolution for Tennant's character, to give him an opportunity to heal. That seems entirely fair, because he does spend his entire brothers.
I understand what you're saying, Andy, but no disrespect, but I think that's complete and utter bollocks. Not what you're saying, but the writing of it. I think that's bollocks. That's what defines the Doctor. That is the Doctor. He's not a pipe and slippers guy sat in the garden drinking pink gin. That's not him. It's like the famous line in Star Trek V that Kirk says to Cyborg. Yeah, he says, "I need my pain. You can't just take my pain away with the wave of a wand." And it's his pain and what's happened in his past and what he's done that actually does define him. And if you take that away from him, you're taking away a huge core of the character.
But I don't think it's taking it away from him. It's giving him a chance to recover from it, which is, again, as I say, is not unreasonable. I mean, it's quite funny, because I mean, you're just quoting Star Trek 5 at me. I'll quote Star Trek 3 back at you, because I think there's a line in that one where Shatner says to Scotty, he says, "So if young people, new ideas, be tolerant." To Scotty of the Excelsior, I think the conversation is around, but that's
true. But from the same film, Scotty also says to the bridge crew, "The more you overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain." So it's there's words or quotes you can fire backwards and forwards, but I just personally think that it's a bit too touchy-feely. It's like, the Doctor had already processed it to a point with Matt Smith. Yeah, Matt Smith had already kind of worked it out.
Well, the thing is, I know what you're saying there, but that was about Gallifrey getting ostensibly bumped off at that point in time, wasn't it? That was that trauma they were particularly carrying then. But then they've had the flux and the timeless childhood, and I guess I got the impression that Donna was saying to him that that's what really took you to the edge, was that degree of the recent loss that's happened. So,
it took him to the edge. You were probably thinking, "What crap you're writing for me here." Yeah, but no, I see and I understand your point of view, Andy, on it. I do. I do get it. I understand and appreciate where you're coming from. Like I said, but just for me personally, I want my protagonists to have a bit of meat around them. A bit of sort of like, I don't want them to be squeaky clean. I don't want them to be perfect. I want them to be slightly damaged. Because it gives them more character. It gives them more depth. And it also gives them more relatability as well. Because I can't relate to anyone that's just perfect or thinks they're perfect, or, it's like, that's the boring.
You haven't watched Babylon 5 yet, have you?
Babylon 5? I enjoyed the first series when it first came out.
Yeah, but there are a lot of flawed characters in that one as well, which again, as you say, I think that's what makes it eminently believable for me. Coming to it from Star Trek, I actually found it. I mean, I did enjoy Star Trek, and I didn't mind the fact that there was optimism in the future for that particular, sort of future. But Babylon 5, we haven't got there yet. So you feel like it's more genuinely kind of damaged people doing the best they can, which is, as you say, is more believable actually. So yeah.
I do like Babylon 5. Babylon 5 is very worth watching, Ed.
You've just got to get through that first.
Get round to it at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I will try. I can't guarantee that I will, but I will try. It's like
I've lent the whole series to Gene, and I'd quite like to see what he thinks of it if he gets round to watching it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe he'll watch it after he's watched Wrath of Khan that I lent him.
He's seen that before, surely.
I know, but he still wants to borrow it.
Several hundred times, most likely. No, sadly, I pre-ordered this before the specials had been aired.
What is it?
Steelbook of the specials. It arrived today.
Why would you do that?
Because it's a steelbook of Doctor Who and they go up in value. And I thought, well, even if I don't like it, I know I'll be able to sell it and, if not make a profit, at least get my money back. But then another parcel arrived today. It turns out I ordered it from Amazon and Zavvi without realising.
Whoops.
Well, with a bit of luck, they'll decrease in value.
Is it the same thing? It is.
To be fair, the thing is, though,
Snap.
it might actually do. Because if people aren't bothered watching it on the telly, they probably might not even be bothered buying the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever it is. You might be stuck with them, Gareth.
1,000 subscriber giveaway.
Next year's filler.
Who wants a Doctor Who steelbook?
Then his subscriber numbers will then go the opposite direction. So
we will pay you to take it.
Oh dear. Did anyone see the colorized version of the Daleks? Because I haven't seen that.
I did start watching it. I watched about 10 minutes of it, and it looked all right.
Okay.
But I mean, I've not seen the black and white version, so I've no basis of comparison to it. But I did. Well, when I was just thumbing through iPlayer, I put it on and I watched about 10 minutes of it and that, and because I think I'm just trying to remember now. Does it start black and white and then it fades into color?
I think it does. Yes, I think it does. Yeah.
Because what I found interesting was the 50th anniversary. It's the 50th anniversary starts the same as what that first episode does, with that scrapyard and a copper walking. But the thing is, in the 50th anniversary, it's a copper walking on a brick wall, and I'm pretty sure there's a thing on the wall for a scrapyard or something, and then it's the school where Clara's working.
Yeah, that was a callback, wasn't it?
Yeah, Coal Hill School. That was in the very first episode of Doctor Who back in the 60s.
Yeah, so it kind of mirrors that, which I thought, oh yeah, that's what it is, kind of thing, So
okay. Well, we're going to get at least one person, if he's still in the chat, quite excited with the next little topic. And I know what your answers are going to be, so maybe I won't talk about it, but I'll at least ask. Has anyone seen it yet?
No,
I didn't think so.
I'm afraid not. I've seen a little bit of it in the sense that I don't know if it was a trailer that I saw or someone was comparing it to other flavors of Godzilla, something like that. But it didn't spoil anything. So
I'm going to go out on a limb that Godzilla turns up, smashes a few buildings, and then pisses off.
Possibly eats a few trains as well.
Yeah, and a huge packet of Chewits as well on the way.
I recall that advertisement, sir.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, it's not a film about Godzilla.
Oh no, I don't suppose for a moment it is. It's
some of those events happen. It doesn't sod off.
Well, it's not a Hollywood film, so I'm supposing it's not about a gay lesbian Muslim in a wheelchair.
Strangely enough, no.
No,
Benjamin thinks it's amazeballs.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's probably some kind of human story in there.
Oh, there certainly is. It's very much a human story. It's an amazing story. It really is. And it might be my favorite. I could be there with you. I've only seen it the once, but I could be there with you. It's certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, the closest to the original Godzilla film.
Right.
It's a horrifying story. It is very much a story of a kamikaze pilot who doesn't go through with what he's sent out to do.
I was going to say, that would be a short story.
A very short story. It doesn't go through with what he's sent out to do. And he has to live with the guilt of that.
Right.
He witnesses and survives an attack by Godzilla on the island where he's taken his plane to be repaired because it is faulty, even though it isn't. Everyone's wiped out except him. So he's got to live with that as well, having experienced that. And then he gets back to his home, Tokyo, which is obviously ruins. It's not Tokyo.
Sorry, Gareth, before you carry on, you know that bit where you've put possible spoilers? Just delete the possible bit.
This is the beginning. Seriously, this is the beginning of the film. I'm not giving any real spoilers away. This is literally in the beginning. If anyone who's watching this now hasn't already picked up on most of what I'm saying from other YouTubers or Facebook posts or anything like that, then they're not going to go see it anyway. They would have picked up on this by now.
Do they kill him at the end?
Yes and no.
They never really kill him, let's face it.
Does he regenerate by any chance?
Less of the buy.
Right.
But we're getting into spoilers with that.
Yeah, there's a tooth floating in the water, and all of a sudden the Godzilla forms around.
Strangely enough, the way that it's ended is a homage to an earlier Godzilla film.
Right.
One of the ones in the 80s, he's literally destroyed. It's just his heart that's left. And it falls to the bottom of the sea. And I think the last shot of the film is the heart starts beating again. And it's very much a homage to that.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Wolverine Godzilla.
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
Now you're doing the spoiling. But no, it really is. It's a fantastic human story. It just so happens that the natural catastrophe of the film is Godzilla.
Well, it's often the way, isn't it? He often is the natural catastrophe, isn't he?
So yeah, definitely recommend it. Yeah, people tend to agree. Yeah, the thing is though, it's like that. It has the best human story, the best sound. These are not the things you expect to hear about from a Godzilla film. It's not at all. Most people complain about the humans in a Godzilla film. Not this one. So well put together. What's Sean have to say? It's the first film where the plane carrying an atom bomb, they mutilate a lizard, and Godzilla was full of rage and went from the island to Tokyo and destroyed it all. Which one's that? It was a black and white film. That must be the original then. It must be the original.
Sounds about right. I think the idea was that he was a creation of nuclear testing, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. We don't know where he's come from in this new one. He just...
I'd say he's come up from the depths.
Definitely. He turns up. He turns up on the island, and the people who are on the island is like, "Oh yeah, the natives call him Godzilla. He comes up from the sea." Oh right, this occurs.
He comes up from the sea for his tea.
So, yeah. Anyway, then we'll move on from that. We did say we were going to talk about past Christmases, didn't we? Come on then. I've not got any pictures. I've not been able to dig anything out because my mum doesn't know where she's putting all our photographs. So I don't know if either of you two have got any that you can throw up on the screen or whatnot. But
well, that's why I passed them to you because I thought you could throw them up on the screen. But
I was hoping Eddie would.
Just now. Hang on.
I can't put JPEGs up. I've tried and I can't put JPEGs up. Oh, that's very kind of YouTube to let me know that we're live.
Indeed. 35 minutes later. Well, I mean, I can. I was actually going to talk Terrorhawks. For some reason, I can remember getting my Terrorhawks, my Bandai Terrorhawks, quite clearly. I don't really know why, but I do have a very clear memory of getting them. But what I associate with Christmas quite a lot is
that's Andy, by the way.
Who, what, who, me? Yes, it was. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. What a mug. What a mug.
So you've always had that thick lip then?
I had quite I had quite blonde hair back in the day, you see.
Most babies do, don't they?
I think that was my Dougal. I think I called that my Dougal dog.
Dougal dog, okay.
That was a rocking chair thing behind me. And then I've got sort of standard wooden pegs and a sort of push along cart and a sort of clackety chicken toy, you know that sort of thing. But in one of those pictures is my Fisher Price phone.
Okay.
Like a obviously one of the early doors one.
Here we go. It's here. Do you know what as well? I still have my Fisher Price phone.
Do you?
Yes. It's packed away, but I do still have it. It's a bit sorry for itself, but it's...
How on earth do you put all of your Iron Maiden vinyl picture discs in the bin, but you keep a Fisher Price phone?
Priorities, obviously.
Because the Fisher Price phone was at my mum's. My mum and dad's house.
In case he wants to phone home, Yeah, that's down the bottom right there. You can just see it. Yeah.
There's the Fisher Price phone. Now, you see that there, the tractor there.
Yeah.
I had a cousin that had one of them. And played hours on it. It used to have a dumper type of trailer that you could get for him as well. So one of us would sit in the trailer and the other would sort like them with push it along kind of thing.
I deeply, vaguely remember the red car-ish, I think. But I also there was another picture actually, but we didn't have any sort of Christmas attachment to it. There was actually a Christmas tree in that photo, so I knew I was ballpark there, even if it was a bit early. But I had a white police trike that I used to whiz around a lot as well. But it was like just plastic, but it was bigger that I could sit on.
You've just opened up a memory of mine.
That's what we're here for.
I had something very like that, a big plastic police tricycle. Oh, bless him.
Get off. I knew this was a mistake.
Gareth, just check it under his hairline behind his left ear. See if there's a little...
Number 6.
3 6s. And I recognise that comic.
Yeah, I recognise that as well. As soon as I saw it, I thought Ed will appreciate this. Proof positive.
I had to bloody tell you which one it was. You didn't know which one it was.
No, I knew what the storyline. I knew the Insecticons were in it, and I knew the aerial bots were in it.
Yeah,
but I did. I read the damn thing. You can see I was reading it. It's in my hands. I didn't know which issue it was from. That was all. Literally, the issue number was what I knew you'd know straight in, like a shot. That's why I mentioned it.
Right. Well, I'll show you one now. Then I'll show. This isn't a Christmas one, but this is links into the die-cast thing.
Cheers, John.
And the Britons thing. So this photograph was taken in Penzance. There was like an outdoor swimming pool in Penzance, one very, very hot summer. And as you can see there, that was my Britain's military helicopter that my dad's holding. And it was the green one. And either side, it had like the stretchers with like injured soldiers in. And it had a winch on it, a little winch.
I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's that there. And that's Fred. That's my granddad sat at the back there sunning himself. So that's the die-cast thing. I thought I'd show that. Yeah, the Britons one. I actually looked on eBay the other week for one, and they're actually quite reasonably priced. They're not that overly expensive.
No, Britain's stuff isn't. I mean that big box of Britain Space I got wasn't exorbitant at all.
Yeah, so
it was all incredibly good nick. I mean,
I'm toying with the idea of picking one up, and then again, this isn't a Christmas one. I have some Christmas ones. We'll get to them in due course, but this is. I want to show this one. This one here. This is again in Cornwall. Basically, every year we went down Cornwall. My dad used to live down there, and it's a bit blurry, can't really see, but that is Zoidzilla's head.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and that was in October. I think that was October '85. I think it was.
Wow!
And that's when I got Zoidzilla, and I built him. It's
incredible how much your son looks like you.
I know, the poor bugger, the absolute poor bugger.
Mine too.
I might as well. I'll just get them out of the way, then we can quickly move on. We've then got. Where are we now? I had to put him in a slideshow, but I wasn't really prepared that much. I don't know where this is taken, but this is an early one, and that is my Remco Spider-Man.
Wow!
Now,
Spider-Man.
I remember my mum telling me when I was really younger, everything was Spider-Man, and I would take that Remco Spider-Man with me everywhere. You know, and I don't know if people are familiar with the Remco Spider-Man, but he kind of stood like that. The arm that's up there, where are we? That one. It had like a cord with a hook that came out, and you hooked it onto, because it when it were boxed, it came with like a clamp, or like a plastic web thing, and then like a torch that plugged into his waist by a little like a microphone jack plug in his waist. And he'd hold that in his other hand that's down by his side. And they've put the batteries in the back, and he'd like climb up, this thing. But yeah,
right, okay.
That was my Remco Spider-Man. And I'd love to have another one of them, but they're very silly prices now.
Well, I loved my, I had a Spider-Man dress-up costume, which, as you say, is probably like, he must have been one of the really big superheroes at that point, because, I remember the film where he sort of shot like proper ropes out of his wrist, proper thick ropes after the event. So I remember that quite clearly, that sort of, I don't know what when it was, sort of 60s or early 70s sort of Spider-Man live action. So it's probably one of the really early superhero films, I guess.
Yeah, Nicholas Hammond, yeah. Yeah. So let me see now. One last one before the Christmas ones. Actually, no, there might be two. I don't know. We'll see.
Wolverine, we've been discussing Godzilla Minus One. You might need to catch it on the replay.
I'll answer him anyway. Yes, it is a masterpiece. I agree. But yeah, we have already spoken about it, so it might be worth watching back later.
That's a Darth Vader.
Oh gosh!
Oh, with a yellow lightsaber by the look of it.
Yeah, no, it's red. It's red. It's just a very old It's a very old photograph.
I love these photos though, because they've always got that sort of color tone to them, haven't they? That just screams that era of photos. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. I could clean them up in Photoshop, but I think when you do that, it takes a bit of the character away from them.
Yeah.
And then there's this one. It's very blurry, but you can just make them out. And this is the only photograph I have from being a kid that has wait a minute, what's spoil the surprise? That has Transformers on it.
Oh, right, okay.
And that's Jazz. And that's Grimlock.
I was going to say Grimlock, actually. Yeah.
And I got that'd be that's probably, I think that would have been Easter, or I think Easter of '85. Would that? So yeah, got Jazz and Grimlock there, which ties back into the thing about, because there was some discussion amongst myself about when I got Megatron and Soundwave. And I was always adamant that I got them for Christmas '84, but I was told it may not have been possible. But I know I had them before I had Grimlock and Jazz. So, but they're all to be fair, the dates are hazy. They really are hazy, the dates. But yeah.
I would have thought Grimlock was. I don't know, I thought 84 in my head for some reason. I've no idea why.
Yeah, Grimlock was in the 85 toy assortment.
85, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And like I say, so, but the Christmas ones, let's do a Christmas one.
I was saying on the chat, was like, my dad was a great photographer, but unfortunately he did have a big slide phase. Look at them blinders.
There we go. I think that's either Christmas 80 or 81.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
Well, you did bloody well. Wow.
Well, there's an interesting story about the ATAT, and that is where I grew up. The chap who lived across the road was called Mr. Hodgson, and he owned a department store in our local town. And on the top floor, they had the top floor was the toy department, because it was on like 3 levels. And every year they would have like a Santa's grotto in there, and you would either go to Hodgson's to see Santa or you go to JB's to see Santa. Yeah, those were the 2 like popular stores in Dewsbury. Well, the story that was told to me by my dad was that they were having trouble getting me the ATAT for Christmas. They couldn't, they just couldn't get one. So Mr. Hodgson offered to get, to pick one up. And the tale my dad told me was, Mr. Hodgson says, look, give me about maybe 2 or 3 weeks and I'll get you one. So my dad's assumption was maybe he imported it or he got it from somewhere, not because, like I say, I ended up getting it, and it's there. So that was a nice Christmas as well. That was So, and I think that's Luke in Hoth gear in the Tauntaun. I think
it looks that way. It does look that way.
And an int 4 on top there.
Yeah.
And those pajamas, those were quality pajamas. And look, if you notice that as well, that's the cord for the vacuum cleaner that's been put. The 2 cords put together with insulation tape.
Oh, we all had that, didn't we? We all had that back then. Not now.
Proper 80s style. I mean, look at that telly. That's an awesome telly. I'd kill for that telly now.
I wonder what's on the telly.
That is Walt Disney's Robin Hood, because that's the lion that's the king.
Oh,
Prince John. Prince John, yeah.
Prince John.
That's it.
I was going to say Will o' the Wisp at one point, because it looked like that sort of forest from Will o' the Wisp cartoons, but
you can just see the tree there in the corner.
Yeah.
And then, what home in the late 70s, very early 80s wasn't complete with the bar, with the leather frontage bar, Yes, I am that old. But yeah, so that was that one. There's some Lego. I've got a one with a Lego on.
You're doing well here.
Wolverine was asking if any of us, what we think of the Arrow. I think that's a TV show. The DC Arrow, as in Green Arrow.
I never caught any of it. I knew
either of you 2 watch it?
No.
No,
I've not watched Arrow, I'm afraid. No.
I started watching it, but I dropped out of it by season 3.
Now then. Oh, I had that Technic set.
Yeah, well, the thing about that Christmas was that Christmas I got the Lego Airport.
Wow.
So I suspect that's probably going to be Christmas 85, because I'm pretty sure that Lego set came out in 1985. So that's the Lego set there. But the Technic car set, I'd already had that probably about maybe 3, 4 years.
Oh.
Because that came out a lot earlier, did that Lego car Technic set.
I don't think I got it for quite a while. And I think it was possibly the last Lego set I had going out of Lego,
Right.
Yeah.
Because in the background there, that's the box for the airport.
The airport, yeah.
Right. And that car Lego Technic set, I've still got that, and it's still in the box.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was. I did used to look after my toys. I was one of those type of kids that, And then last one, last one. I promise this, and then I'll shut up then now.
No, you've done the mission statement brilliantly, sir. Quite frankly.
And this is, I think you may have seen this one before.
Showed us this before, yeah. But still, wonderful to see.
But that's Christmas 1978. Well, it's either 78 or 77. It's one of the two. I know I think I've put on the JPEG 78, but my mum seems to think it could be 77. But I think it's probably more than likely 78, to be fair. But yeah, there's some die cast going on there. That's
I'm watching a flight that's really similar to that car transporter I had the other day, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, the car transporter, I did get that car transporter that Christmas, and it should be it is somewhere, but there's the fire truck. That fire truck shares the same cab section as
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking.
And I love that. That Evel Knievel car were awesome. The crazy car. It kind of like opened up, and it had like a little Evel Knievel figure in it. And then like that dump truck thing. Then there's that. Those were the. I think they were the Lesney trucks with petrol tankers. They did him in loads of different colours, but that was the army one. Was that? And then obviously there's the Action Man. Oh, there it is. There's the cab for the transporter. There.
Just there.
There it is. There's the cab for the transporter. And then he got a change of clothes. You know.
Change of clothes.
But yeah.
Cool. And what are those boxes over there?
Those are the empty boxes for the toys that have been taken out.
Yeah.
I think that one, those are sweets, I think, or marbles.
Does it say Speed Kings or something on it? Is that what it says on the? If you go up.
Those ones. Yeah. Speed Kings.
Yeah, Speed Kings. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what they were. Them diecast trucks and that they were Speed Kings.
Wow. Nice to see the boxes though. Don't see them very much these days.
So I'm done now. That's it. I shall wither and die. And
wither and die. Oh, I hope not.
It would be, if I ever get round to it, there are literally boxes of slides at my parents' house, and like I'm sure there are lots of my sort of toy era ones in there. But then you've got to get them converted into digital. I do actually have a doohickey to do it, but it's like a one at a time job, which I mean, you might have labelled them, but I remember it was one of our rituals at sort of Christmas times and stuff. He would get the big sort of projector screen up and get the big sort of massive kind of circular slide loader and sort of rattle through these slide things. So it used to take hours. That was definitely a sort of a family holiday ritual. That funny.
Okay. Oh, I haven't got any pictures to share, sadly. Memories, maybe. I seem to struggle to try and remember what toys I got and when. And I think it's because Christmas was always really overwhelming for me. My mum was a single mum, and I never got a toy bought between Christmas and birthdays. There's no such thing as getting a toy bought unless it was for Christmas or birthdays. So anything that she did buy, she'd stash it away until Christmas or until birthday. But then at Christmas and birthdays, there were just mountains of presents to open up. It really was incredibly overwhelming. And I can't remember any specific things. But there was one Christmas that I do remember where I opened up and it's a brown box. And it said on it what it was, but I was probably only about 9 or 10. And I was like, what's a Toshiba? I've never heard of a Toshiba. I don't get what this is. And it's a big brown box with the black lines of the outline of the content that's inside it. We're a VHS player, a videotape player, because ours had gone bust about 3 months before Christmas. So I've got piles of videos in my bedroom that I couldn't play. Wow. So I got this box and I'm like, well, what is it? I don't know what it is. And my uncle was there at the time. He was like, well, you're not even going to say thank you, you ungrateful little git. I'm
like, what for?
What is it? And he went, you can see what it is. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. Because until then, I'd had a great big massive silver top loader.
Yes.
And this was at the time a modern black VCR recorder. Looked completely different. I had no idea what it was. And yeah, when I did realise what it was sort of like the excitement went through me. Jumped up screaming, running around with this big brown box. I'm like, yeah, I can watch my videos. And then what did I open after that? But a pile of videos. But yeah, as for toys, I can't remember any toys. It's really, really sad, actually, considering what my life has gone on to become.
Yeah, but is there not anything that comes into the shop that you sort of think, oh yeah, you know?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, it was never figures, but I had tons of die-cast. I had all the Thomas the Tank Engine trains. I had Postman Pat's van, and I had loads of Matchbox and Corgi die-cast cars.
So let me ask you something about the Thomas the Tank Engine ones, because I had little shufties at Ertl stuff. And I saw that Ertl made Thomas the Tank Engine.
They certainly did.
And that puzzled me somewhat, because I want to do a bit of research on Ertl, because when I first encountered them, I think the things that I got from them were really, really well-detailed jets. So I got their sort of Force One or something, I think they were called jets. So like B-1 bombers and SR-71 Blackbirds, but you know, really solid die-cast models from Ertl. And since then, I've picked up things like the A-Team van and kit that they did as well. Obviously, the Batmobiles that they did. But then the other day, I just sort of saw Thomas the Tank Engine and like Noddy, I think it was, and it was like, what did you guys not do? You know, it's like
you put your hat on for Noddy, and
yeah,
put your hat on.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was just curious. I'm interested to find out a little bit about what their sort of modus operandi was, because they seem to have a little bit of everything. It's like Corgi and Matchbox and Britain's kind of got thrown together and became Ertl. You know, it's kind of weird.
They were good quality, were Ertl.
They were brilliant quality.
Still are, actually. There's still manufacturing models of Ertl.
I've got my son the B-1 bomber that I used to have, actually quite reasonably off an auction. So that's sort of next door, but it was a big chunky thing, and the swing wings worked as well. You know, so it was a really, really impressive thing to have in the hand.
Right. I do have a toy just down here that I did get at Christmas, and this was in Christmas 1979. Would you like to see it? You'll have to.
I'll stick that back on. There we go. Go on then.
You'll have to excuse its condition. Just wait a minute. All right. Let's build the tension up. Build the tension. Do you want to put us on big screen, Gareth?
Big screen. Big screen. Is that one? That one? That one. There we go.
There we go.
We've got a big black box now.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Go on then. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh.
Remote control, no less. Awesome.
Yeah. I've had this since I was 5 years old. And the reason why it's in such condition is because, oddly enough, Santa brought me it for Christmas 79, but my dad would never let me play with it. So I shall take it out of the box. There's a lot of big polystyrene lid.
It's probably because of how much you had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Santa Claus brought it. Shut up. And the thing is, it's very heavy because it's all die cast.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Wow. I've seen this in person several times, and every time I see it, I still go, wow.
That's a definite wow.
For it.
Look at that. That's a beast. Yeah, that would be quite dangerous if you had a smaller sibling.
And I mean, it would have been expensive back in the day because it's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes 6 C-type batteries.
Yeah. God, the weight of that just with the batteries alone.
Yeah,
I mean,
when when it drives, when you turn, the indicator lights come on, depending on which way you turn. And then like you get these like little cones with it to drive round. You've got the controller, which has got like these little like things at the side, so you can adjust the steering, angle, and then like the acceleration and stuff, separate from the main buttons. And the main buttons they're almost like pneumatic, because like when you let go of them, they come slowly down. They don't just spring straight back. And then the other bit is, it's the trailer. He said with squeaky polystyrene, and this is all die cast as well.
Oh my god! Look at that.
I like how he said though that we have to excuse the condition of it.
I know what the hell's wrong with the condition of it exactly.
I was building it all, but yeah. So that is So that's, and it's 1/24th scale. So it would. I remember years back when I had some of the Binaltech and alternator transformers. I got it out because them cars fitted on it. I drove it round the room.
I was just thinking, could you remote control another remote controlled car onto your remote controlled car carrier?
Oh yeah. If it were 1/24th, yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah, because I mean, it's it depends what megahertz, but this is it's a 4-band one. So if you had something like 26 megahertz or something, then you'd be able to play with them at the same time.
Yeah, you could shift it. Yeah,
like inside there, the batteries are still. Oh, what was that? They just fell out. Oh, it's still the polystyrene spacer for the terminals. But yeah, so yes, that's I still have that. That's I think as well. Probably the reason why it probably didn't get played with a lot as well when I was a kid is because the batteries would have just been so expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of big batteries, isn't it? I mean,
it is. And it makes noises as well. It makes a noise of a truck when it drives. Okay. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Given that you're sat in your loft, where the hell does all this stuff live? Given as it feels like it needs a lot of space.
I have cubby holes and hidey holes.
They're not holes anymore. They've all been filled.
They're not void and empty. Yes.
This gets stored away with my big truck and my Evel Knievel and my R2D2 telephone, my my remote control Dalek. Oh, and it was something else I did get for Christmas, but I got this for Christmas as an adult. My partner's mum and dad, they got me a. I say partner, it's the wife. The wife's mum and dad got me a Starsky and Hutch scale electrics. Probably, how old are my kids now? Yeah. It's probably it's a long time ago. It was when we first started courting. Courting. But yeah, so that's what I've got left from Christmas. I have got some other stuff to the side here, but we'll interdisperse that over the evening. But I just wanted to show you that one. But yeah, so
mic drop.
This one, sorry.
You bang the mic with your box.
Did I? So yeah, so there we go. Shinsei Radio Elecon, it's called or something. I might have to look the company up, see if the company's still going.
I bet they're not.
Probably not. No, they're probably bought out by, Nikon or Nikkei, whatever they call them. But yeah, I don't think. I think it would be very rare now to get a die-cast radio-controlled vehicle now. I mean, even in the 80s when I used to get some other, like I remember getting a Porsche or like a monster truck, they were all plastic.
Yeah.
You know,
I had a kit. I had very fond memories of having a kit and actually stupidly driving it on frozen pond ice.
all right.
It survived.
Yeah.
But that was not a good idea. I have no idea what happened to it. But yeah, it was a really, really nice one. I remember it was fast as well.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. They did eat through batteries at the rate of knots, you know, and you need a lot of them as well.
I always wanted a radio-controlled boat, and you know, or an airplane. But you know, I remember getting a balsa wood Spitfire that it was a radio-controlled one, but it was like it was a kit that you built. You know, so like you built the airframe, and then you had this like I forgot the name of the stuff now, like not a daub, but like a clear liquid that you pulled it was like a muslin kind of fabric.
I know what you mean.
Frame, and then you painted it with this stuff, and as it dried, it shrunk it and hardened it. But it was one of those projects that when I got it, it was like my dad said, you know, we'll build this together kind of thing, but we just never got round to it. And I think also as well, it was at a time where like the engine and the servos and the receivers and stuff were quite expensive. You know, so the actual plane kit itself wasn't that expensive, but all the electronic side about it, that was where the cost was, you know. Where now, I think for probably about £150, you can actually buy a fully ready-to-fly radio-controlled Spitfire, you know, and it's, you know, job's done kind of thing.
Yeah.
There used to be a flying club in Dewsbury, didn't there, Gareth? Do you remember that? There used to be a model aircraft flying club in Dewsbury. The cricket ground round the back of Sainsbury's.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it. It's not something I'd ever.
No,
there's
I know one or two people that used to go to it.
There's a remote controlled car club not far from me.
All right.
There's actually a shop in Elland.
Yeah.
And no, West Vale, that is actually exclusively an RC shop.
Right.
And because there's the track just down the road from them, and I've never gone to watch it, but I've heard it, and I've seen them at a distance going bloody fast on it as well, because it's a proper little racetrack.
Yeah,
you know, for scale stuff, which is impressive. Yeah.
Well,
when you were talking about the planes, it took me back to those ones that you've got in little sort of paper envelopes, you know, the styrofoam ones that you just put props on. They were quite good fun.
You still get them. They still do them.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, the wang them. Yeah. Well, down at
comments might have come in.
It used to be Mitchell's Camping, but I think it's a Go Outdoors now. That's down the road from where I live, and round the back of there, they built a radio controlled like track, but it wasn't a concrete. You know, it wasn't like concrete tarmac. It was like an off-roading style one. So it had like banked turns and jumps and things like that. And they did use. I mean, I don't know if it's still being used now, but you know, that was one that was just down the road. Right, what's this from Wolverine? Are we going to watch the new Doctor Who? I mentioned earlier, I think before Wolverine joined us. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Go on, Andy. Are you going to watch it?
Oh yeah, I'd watch it. I'm interested to see how he shapes it, if nothing else. You know,
that's fair enough. It's something I might watch at a later date. I'm certainly not going to be tuning into it on Christmas Day because we don't have live TV. Maybe I'll catch up with it sometime. I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not watching it, though. Well, we'll see.
Maybe if you pop up during the new year, we can watch it.
That means you've got to watch it twice, though.
I don't mind. I'll suffer for my friends.
Oh, sacrifices he makes. Benjamin says great movie. I'm not sure what he was referring to actually there.
I think he's on about Godzilla. I think it might be Godzilla.
It was something else.
All right.
It was something else. Wolverine says nice haircut.
Or possibly cut.
And maybe haircuts. I did have my haircut yesterday. Yeah, quite. Thank you.
That was probably the kiddie photos he was saying.
Might be a dibby. Okay. I think that's when you was getting out your Peterbilt.
Yes.
Because it was very squeaky. Oh, Robin Hood is what Benjamin was referring to. It's a great film. Yes. Minus One's getting a black and white release in Japan next month.
Ah, wow.
They're very clever, aren't they? They're very, very clever, these Japanese. And that's it. We're caught up on all the comments. That was quick.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything that they want to bring up before I start another topic, so to speak?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go.
No, after you, Andy. After you, sir.
Oh, the only thing I had to hand was by way of show and tell was an utterly random thing that I picked up.
Oh, something you've recently picked up then?
Mm.
Red alert.
Well, in that case, that can be a nice segue.
The thing is, I read it and I thought, did I model myself after him or what? But anyway,
have you got the tech spec decoder?
No, I haven't. No, I don't have the shiny piece of red plastic required to decode it.
Right.
Do you not have any of those at
You
all?
can make it. Well, the thing is, now that I've got that, I could just get myself a sheet of red plastic because it's the right size and sell them on eBay for a fortune.
Yeah, cut to size. Well, I know if we're talking about pickups, I know for a fact that Andrew, dear boy, has got something the same as what I got.
Indeed.
Have you got yours to hand to show?
I haven't actually. No, it's downstairs at the minute.
No,
So you go for it.
Go get it.
Oh, I thought you had it there. I thought you were about to.
Yeah, I do have mine here, but we can buy regenerate them.
just show yours.
There we go.
Big Die X.
The Moderoid Big Die X kit. And it's lovely.
It's a pretty
I'm really
box.
looking forward to. I shall be building this on Boxing Day. This will be
Okay.
You what, Gareth? What you say?
You keep bong in the microphone.
Biggity bong. So yeah. I think he's gone to get his big. Has he gone? No, he hasn't gone to get his big Die X. He's gone to get something else. He's gone to get his little Die X.
And that's how they did it back in the day.
Yeah. It's not the size of your Die X that counts.
It's the age.
I mean, to be fair though, when this is built, it's probably not going to be much bigger than that anyway.
Well, I don't know.
How big is yours? What's size of it?
Oh, I don't like to brag.
Well, it's that size. I mean, it's the full length of the box, but
yeah, this is. I think it's just over 6 inch or 7 inch. I think when it's built, is this
probably a little bit bigger than I would think.
But yeah, I mean, I've had it out of the box to check out the plastic and things, and
yes,
it's a really good quality plastic. They've done a good job with it. It's all pre-painted, and it's ready to go. And to the best of my knowledge, from what I can tell, it's excuse me, it's snapped together. So no required.
I did wonder actually because it looked. I mean, and I think I said on my video when I was looking at it, it looked for all worlds as if it was like Zoid's parts, as if it was it was that kind of idea almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think to be fair, in the construction, I mean, depending on how it goes together, I may glue some parts. If it needs rigidity. Also, as well, depending on if there are any hollow areas, I have some small adhesive lead weights, and I may put them in certain areas just to give it a bit of heft. Maybe certainly in the feet, to give it some stability. But I'll have to see what kind of. If there's any space in there or anything, but the articulation, I've watched a few videos, and the articulation looks great on it. So yeah. So have you any pickups, Gareth? Oh, sorry, what's that?
That just fell out of the cupboard at the same time.
Oh right, yes, that was the I think it was one of the convention comics.
Well, I got it out of the DVD, I think.
Good morning.
Hello there.
Good morning.
Council. I've only been awake for 15 minutes, so
really?
You got my morning voice. Yeah, it's only 8 o'clock here.
Yeah, it was originally done, Andy. It was a convention comic originally, if I remember rightly.
Makes sense. Yeah,
I think it's fan written. It's like a fan fiction thing. But yeah, it's on the thing about the Dinobots combining, which no.
That's not a thing.
No, it's not a thing. It never would be. I think Grimlock would never ever agree to that. But it's for a bit of fan fiction. It's all right. No harm in it. So,
how's life treating you, Mike?
How's the world treating me? It's good. I've been working a lot. It's Christmas time. Lots of people coming into the businesses, spending lots of money.
Oh, good.
Good.
Oh, I start today at 4:00 in the afternoon. So can't wait.
Oh, right. Okay. What is it you do?
I work in retail.
Oh, isn't it wonderful?
It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I
it's so rewarding.
New pickups and arrivals. Oh, I do. Now, this one here, I'm about to show you. This one replaced the Indiana Jones Mola Ram figure. So they put that guy instead.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Hypnotized Indy. Yes.
No,
that's the price of a 45 Australian dollars.
$45.
That's 20 quid, 22 quid. Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's quite cheap actually then.
Yeah, half that for pounds.
Okay, that's quite cheap.
And because it was Christmas, buy one get one free.
They ought to have paid you to actually take that one.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. How much is a flea bag? Free. Helena Shaw. So I just did my big blockbuster 20-minute Indiana Jones video, and I got another one to do now eventually. So I've done all wave 1, all wave 3. This is part of wave 2.
Wave 2, yeah.
All right.
Also picked up, this is a daft thing. There's a guy called Toy Polloy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are familiar.
I got that. So I can make Luke an outfit.
Okay.
That cost me $2. At the fabric shop, the lady was down there. She goes, "What are you making? Star Wars toys?" I said, "I had the soft goods for him." "Oh, well, we'll help you out as much as we can." They couldn't get me a camo print, so I've got to put little brown dots on it and make my own camo print. And also, Gareth has helped me out with some Fright features, 1986 Fright features.
They haven't arrived already.
No.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
That would be it. So I got the ones. Yeah.
Oh.
His eyes just don't go back in. Yeah.
Hair-raising stuff.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's Peter. This must be.
I thought from those North Wales, actually.
This one's Ray.
Yeah.
Has he got the front fish? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but they're decent. So I'm sort of collecting them without the weapons and accessories. Just the fact that I'm just going to have a representation of the original 86, all of them. And then next year they're bringing out the Fright features brand new, the re-releases. So I have the carded versions behind them. Sort of kind of what I do with Indie. I've got the new ones, the new retro collection, and then I try and get all the old indies in front of them, so line them up like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Good collection. That's how I like to collect, on card, and then the vintage stuff nice and loose. If I can get the vintage stuff on card too, bonus. But yeah.
Bonus but pricey. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta have some deep pockets for that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, have you any pickups, Gareth?
Have I any pickups?
Yeah, we just watched his video. He got a whole store. That Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mike. Gareth ought to be excluded from this section because
he just turns around and picks up. No, ta-da.
I do collect.
No, that's behind him from the shop.
It's not stock from the shop. My stock for the shop is at the shop. What have I got? I've been saving stuff as they've been arriving. I've not been opening them, so I thought it'd be cool to open them on the stream. So there's this which I ordered a couple of weeks ago. I think you'll all remember this film.
Cocoon.
Absolute classic. And I haven't seen it since I was a kid. So I'm looking forward to watching that again. I think I might watch it with the kids, with the girls.
Yeah.
It's a 12, so they're 12. And one that I've never heard of before, I found it in CEX. Does any of you recognise this one?
Jeffrey Combs.
No.
I know who Jeffrey Combs is, I think, but
I don't know who Jeffrey Combs
don't
is.
know the film. No, Dr. Mordred.
It's a full moon film. They did like Puppet Master.
Right.
And whatnot. But yeah, Jeffrey Combs. That's what caught my attention. Dr. Mordred. It was £4. So I thought, I'll give it a go. And essentially say one of the descriptions on the back I love. And anyone with an interest in Marvel's Doctor Strange. It's like, yeah, we're ripping it off, and we're not even going to hide the fact that we're ripping it off. So I plan on watching that over Christmas, and I'll let you know what it's like next time. And then, what are the other things? I know what that one must be, which means this is something. Right, okay, where's my knife? I weren't prepared, was I?
I saw that Arrow have released Robot Jocks, but you have to get it with a pile of other stuff.
Yeah, I've got that. I haven't got around to watching it yet, but I did show that to you in a past stream, actually.
You probably did, yeah.
I think this is a Mighty Max. And it's the most I've paid for one yet.
Uh-oh. From an expensive side habit, I suspect.
A couple of vintage toy hunters in Australia like the Mighty Maxes too.
Well, that.
Yeah. Scotty Crusher, you know him? Loves a good Mighty Max.
Mighty Max destroys or invades or something Nautilus. I quite like that one. I like them all, otherwise I wouldn't collect them, would I?
It's some very, very imaginative stuff they did. Fair dues to them. It's very, very creative.
This is where I don't know how to open it. There we go. Oh. So your big creature is the thing that's at the front of the Nautilus. Yeah. You got your Max, which I've got quite a few of that version already. You got another little ghoul-like creature. Stick it in front of my head, you might be able to see it a bit better.
It's a bit like Predator.
And that which goes through the centre of it, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Is it like a little bar stool for the monster to see?
And then obviously it opens up and you've got a playset inside. I love the detail in them. I think they're great.
It's crazy amount of detail, isn't it? Fair dues. Yeah. Do you know what that just reminded me of when you said that? As soon as you said Nautilus or something, it's on YouTube gave me an HD version of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea of all things. Irwin Allen. It was like, okay, thanks.
And then this one, I actually got this off of Facebook Marketplace. If it's what I think it is. Lots of bubble wrap.
It's Johnny 7.
No, it's a Boba Fett.
Oh, very nice.
I knew Mike would like this one.
You've got the Stan Solo Iconoclast one.
That's what it said. Iconoclast. Yeah, that's right.
Iconicon. It's like the word is icon twice, so it comes out as Iconicon.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I thought when I saw him list it that it was a Stan Solo, but he just listed it as Icon. Yeah. I was like, I've not heard of Icon, but I know of Stan Solo. But he never mentioned Stan Solo. But it's not fastened on, so I can. It's
2 different card backs they got for it. Yeah, one was for the convention, and one was for just to put on the old school card back.
Okay. So I'm going to display that in one of our cabinets.
Very nice.
Very different.
So, is it like a fan molded figure?
It's made from a mold taken of the originals.
Right. Yeah. But it's not an official product though.
No.
I think it's made by Stan Solo for the actual
Solo.
convention. Yeah.
Sorry, who's Stan Solo?
Oh, who's Stan Solo? They make figures like this, stuff that you've never seen before. Mostly Star Wars. They've done Marion, and then Hasbro did a reproduction of a Marion as well from Indiana Jones there.
Right. Yeah, it did start off really by doing things like Blue Snaggletooth and Yak Face and EV-99.
Yeah.
And then he's moved on to doing his own creation.
Once he found Hasbro's like moved into his market, he's like, oh, I got to try something else now.
Yeah. So, how's that work then? Aren't Hasbro kind of like kicking his doors in?
Not for the numbers he sells in.
No, he's just very small numbers.
Well,
like
it's
less than 100 units at a time sometimes.
It's also very interesting because depending on exactly how it's being marketed, the three-dimensional reproduction of it probably isn't infringing intellectual property rights on the same basis that you can get away with reproducing Transformers under different names, as long as you don't intimate that you're ripping off the trademarks, which will still be active. The actual 3D design is only protected for about 25 years. That's an issue. That's an issue. But the actual model, but the physical product itself is not interestingly.
You'll probably have right down the bottom corner, really small. I'll
show you the card back actually, because that's quite cool.
Yeah,
21 back.
I've had figures with that card back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if I got a good deal or not. I think it was either 60 or 65.
Yeah, it's about what they were.
Yeah, I'm happy with it because I know I'm not going to get another one now.
He makes a slave layer. I wouldn't mind getting that off him.
Yes, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, that is quite nice. And that's all I've actually picked up. I've got a couple of new T-shirts. People seem to like my T-shirts, so.
Ooh.
That reminds me of the advert for Elite back in the day.
He's playing Space Invaders.
I know.
He's a Space Invader.
And one more.
It's like a farmer playing farming sim.
Jack's not in the chat tonight, is he?
No. To be fair, it's a bit light, is the chat this evening?
It is actually, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe people are busy on the run up to Christmas and everything.
Yeah.
And that's the other one.
Right.
Which, I do like these designs. I think they're pretty cool. And yeah, I have to import them because these come from the States.
Right.
And I'm not earning anything from them, but if you want to look them up, anyone, they are called Into the AM. There you go.
I had a clothing pickup this week.
Oh, did you?
Well, actually, no. It was the arse end of last week.
Arse end.
And I'm wearing it.
All right, okay. Hey. Hang on, then. Hang on.
Very nice.
A bit of merch.
Father Boltmas.
Yes.
Very cool.
Is that a limited edition only available for the next 5 days?
Well, no, it will be. It will eventually turn up on the merchandise store on the shop
next Christmas.
But yeah, it'll be for next Christmas now. But yeah, it's I designed it the other week and sent it off to the printers, and I got it back end of last week. So yeah, it's a very nice, good quality hoodie, and it's a good print, and yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed designing that. You'll see more of that tomorrow. Let us say
tomorrow. Oh, of course, yes. Yes.
But more of that later.
Yeah, I'm happy to have been able to help in the creation of your new project.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Even though it's probably about that much help.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I may have slipped into the negative slightly. But
I got here late. I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry.
Ed's got his own channel, and he does his own videos as well. And he's had a really good. In fact, you should be on there. He's done interviews with collectors, so he's been collecting collectors' experiences.
Yeah, what I do, Mike, is I talk to different collectors about their collecting journey and experiences. So we talk about what influenced them as children, and then when they came back to collecting, and what is the focuses and the motivations for doing it now, and things like that. So, yeah, we'll have to get in touch in the new year.
That's good. Yes, 2024.
Yeah. Ooh. So, in the new year, I start on Series 4. I'm on Series 4, so that's full. So I think you'd have to be Series 5. We'll go international.
You already are.
Well, actually, yeah, I already am international. Yeah, I've spoken to people, collectors in France, in America, So, but yeah, I'd love to have you on.
Excellent. I'd like a different backdrop. Yeah, I want something colourful and. Yeah.
Well, when you were on with us a few weeks ago, where were you then? Because the background looked different to what it is now.
Oh, I did the the settings. It's in here somewhere. Virtual background. Didn't I do that?
No, I think
you're in your collectibles room.
Shelf.
Yeah, it was different shelves and stuff behind you. You were closer to them.
Oh, like that.
No, you actually pick stuff off the shelf.
I think you're in that room.
I was in that room. That's where I film all my stuff.
Yeah,
that's a long time ago.
Yeah, you were actually in the room. It wasn't a virtual background, but you were actually in the room. Right.
You were physically able to grab stuff, though I can't remember what you picked up, but you definitely had some stuff to hand. Yeah.
I think you picked. Did you pick an R5D4 up? I think I seem to remember you picking an R5 up.
Well, you were showing us your Indiana Jones figures.
Yes. Yeah, that was it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He's slept since then. Then.
I go on a lot of live streams. Yeah, I'm on live streams more as a guest than I am doing my own. Right. Because of the background where I have to be. Like the powerful computer's right here. So usually if I'm doing in the room, I'm on my phone. So
you were on your phone.
You were on your phone. You were on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't recognize you both because you're only this small last time I saw you.
Oh. Yeah, you were definitely using your phone last time.
All right. I'll try that next time.
It was certainly nice to have you, and it's nice to have you back again.
That's the coolest pickup I picked up, and you're probably like, what's he talking about? I collect trading cards as well. This here is a football player who plays rugby league, who played rugby league in 1924. His name's Harold Horter, played for Australia. He's a winger, same position as I played when I played. That I got graded at a wonderful 2. And in this set was all cricketers, tennis players, blokes who swimmers, Olympians, that sort of thing. And there's only 2 rugby league players in this set in 1924. So next year it turns 100. Look, it turned up. I got the full set. This guy played for Balmain Tigers. His name's Snowy Reg Ladder. He's wearing the old Australian uniform. Before we were green and gold, you can't tell in the photo, we were maroon stripes on sky blue, and that's the old colors. So I got the full set, and I'm very happy. I can send that away for grading in the new year, so I can have them both graded.
Cool. So, Mike, that other card,
yes,
the one in your left hand, yeah,
that one,
yeah, that one. What's that? What's that display case?
Oh, this is. I'll show you. You can buy these little tiny cases there. You buy them in packs of 5.
All right, yeah.
That's what we call a one-touch.
And is it like a magnetic? Is it held together with a magnet? Is it? Yeah.
Like this.
Right. Cool. Yeah. So, if I could ask, would that fit in kind of like a playing card size of card, or would they be too big?
The top loaders or the one touches, they can fit up to. They have different sizes where they fit thicker ones. So 35 point, 100 point, 160 point, 360 points, sort of like that. Yeah, that's a 35 point because cigarette cards are notoriously very thin. So what they do, that's a 35 point one. They're like $5 in this country, and that little case there, and together it's like it just presents really well when they're sitting in front.
Yeah, well,
I
I have some vintage Top Trump cards.
That's what you're after them for,
And
right?
I'm thinking they'd look
They
quite
will fit
nice in those,
like that.
on a shelf, kind of thing,
Your other option is buying these things here, little tiny. It's like a
Yeah.
put this as a stand. You can actually put action figures on them as well.
Right. Yeah.
Stand him up. Displays nicely.
Yeah.
I like them so I can see them when I sit down and do my stuff. So I'm not looking at nothing here.
Yeah. I use something similar. I use them. That style.
Oh, the A size. That's good. That's good for the bigger size cards when they're like that size.
Yeah.
Giant cards. The size of the card.
I don't put cards on mine.
That's just reminded me, actually, I need some action figure, like sort of foot stand things, just so they'll sort of stand up more happily.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ian's displays. I think they're selling. I don't know. You got GW acrylics over there in the UK. Yeah, they do them.
I want some
they do the actual acrylic cases, and then they'll sell a bag of like 20, and they're just the stands.
Yeah.
The only thing I find with the Action Force ones is though they don't do them in the different shapes and sizes like what they do for Star Wars figures. The Action Force stands they're just like small discs. Where I'd like to find like black oblongs.
Yeah.
Because I think the Action Force, especially things like the Red Shadows and things, they'd look a lot better on the black oblongs rather than a clear small disc.
And also, if your action figures got splayed legs too, and you got a little tiny disc, it sits under one foot, and the other foot's like floating in the air. It's kind of weird.
Great dancing figure.
There's some that you can get that are like an ellipse.
All right, yeah.
And they have both pegs. They have the old Kenner pegs, and they have the modern Hasbro pegs.
So like a dual peg thing.
But because they're they're a bit wider, it takes both legs on a wider stance figure.
I'm stood like with my right. Good stuff.
Do any of us have plans for Christmas? What are we doing?
Yes, I got a Christmas party on Friday night. The guy I'm going to see, he's got plenty of this. So there's about 50 people attending in his very posh house, and he has a massive Star Wars collection. I'm going to try and film some of it. He's vintage all the way. He's older than us, and so he brags about. He brings out like a coin in a case and says, "Look, I've got Amanda Mann's coin. I've got Anakin Skywalker's coin, really rare stuff that you don't get to see." Right. His pride and joy is his 12-inch Boba with the Wookiee braids. He's got one that's like hasn't even been touched by a human hand.
Wow. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I want to be on Friday.
Andy, your plans?
I'm just going to collect the lads at some point on Christmas morning, then attempt to give us something edible to eat, and that's probably just sort of vegetate on the sofa thereafter, really.
So you're doing Christmas lunch?
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? It'll be fine.
Yeah, so I feel you, Finn. I'm the same. That's I'll be cooking in the morning, and then washing up and tidying away in the afternoon. And that'll be it. My plans are Boxing Day. Boxing Day is that's my day to enjoy Christmas.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I'm working until 12 on Christmas Eve, and then I'm going home, and I'm having a drink.
Christmas Eve.
I've not had a drink since the beginning of September, and I'm having a drink on Christmas Eve. And I may not finish drinking it until Christmas Day.
You're working on Sunday?
I am this week, yeah, just because it's Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving people a couple of hours in the morning to come in, pick anything up that they need to look at last minute. Yeah. And then I'm sodding up home.
I work Christmas Eve too, up to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, 4 o'clock for you?
All day.
Yeah.
9 to 4. It's not 9 to 5. It's 9 to 4. They give you an hour off.
Well, still on the subject of Christmas, I don't know if anyone still gets, or if they did get, but a big part of Christmas is the Christmas annuals. Yeah, that was always a big part of Christmas for me growing up. Yeah, these are the Beano ones that I have left from. These are like that's the Beano annual and the Bash Street Kid annual from '84, and then that's the Beano book and the Dennis the Menace annual from '85.
You scare me.
Do I?
We've never met, and yet look at what's been lurking on my desk table for a while now.
All right, yeah.
Annuals.
Get your annuals out.
Yeah. You can't beat a good annual. You can't beat. Well, I see you those annuals, yeah, and I raise you some Transformer annuals.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do remember having the 83 He-Man one. I remember having that one.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
So we've got that's the 85 annual. And then we've got this. This is, I would say, this is probably maybe it's in my top.
That's not an annual. That's
It's
the Centurion's toy catalogue, effectively.
Yeah. It's in my top
to keep it safe.
Yeah, it's in my top 5 favourite pieces of Transformers artwork, and that's that. I love that cover.
It's beautiful.
That's an amazing cover. Terrorhawks. But even better, it's got this awesome picture on the inside cover.
Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it? Yeah.
Nice piece of artwork.
Yeah.
Not an annual, technically, but...
Yeah.
So,
you always keep them with your annuals, don't you?
Yeah.
An annual.
The wind blows.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I remember watching that. Yeah, they all die at the end. It's about a nuclear bomb.
The story.
Are you just pulling stuff off your bookcase now?
No, this is literally on my desk next to me within arm's reach.
Right.
But yes, right. I had been gathering some with a view to doing a video on some. There's another Terrorhawk one.
That's annual, yeah.
Gav's shaking his head at me now.
See, I used to have like all the Space 1999 annuals, but they've all gone.
Strength of the bear, speed of the puma, is it? Something like that. I don't know. I always get them muddled up. He had skills, basically. Looking TV annual?
In DL. Now you've got that because of Starfleet. You'll have that. Has that got Starfleet?
No. I got like 50 looking issues because of Starfleet.
Right.
They're upstairs.
Yeah. Well, I've got that, which is from Christmas '86, which is the original.
I've got a really battered version of that somewhere.
UK Marvel
TV 21.
That's one of my oldest ones.
That's older than us.
It's 10 years older than me.
Yeah. Billed as the Winter Special.
Oh yes, the Winter Special.
£1.45.
And then closely following that, it even still has my name at the top, written in pencil from the newsagents. This is the movie poster magazine.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. And it's a poster.
And I will try to fold it out. I mean, it's got some great artwork on it. You know, there's that.
Yeah, 70p that was.
There we go.
Woo. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that very fondly.
Now, like I said, this is mine from being a kid. So it's got blue tap marks and pinhole marks, but I do have a second one that's pristine. That's like that won't see the light of day. This is the one this is the loose one. But yeah, so I mean, I think, like I said, I don't know. I mean, Mike, what for you guys in Australia, like growing up as kids, were the yearly annuals like comic book annuals?
The one that we didn't have that I don't remember is that Beano. Beano. I see a lot of you guys from the UK mention that, and I never saw a Beano here. But yeah, Master Universe is definitely. I do believe a Smurfs one I had at some stage.
All right, yeah. So
Yeah.
have you still got any of those left, or have they gone?
No. Long gone.
Yeah.
Because as I got older, it's like I don't want to keep a book. It's like now they're really collectible.
Right.
Yeah, I would love to get the Master Universe one. I definitely remember the Master Universe only because you could get your toy and match it up and go, oh look, there's He-Man's in the book as well. But That's the reason. It was a how would you say it? Like a toy catalog that wasn't a toy catalog.
Yeah.
Bomber X.
French
I've got that one. The Dalek Chronicles, the Doctor Who special.
Yeah,
that's a great cover. That
it is a great cover. It's a copy of 1960s artwork.
Yeah, I won't be too proud of the Dempsey and Makepeace one, Andy. Just
Probably not.
That was a job lot thing. And who the hell is he? I can't vaguely know the name.
Dick Barton. That sounds like a naughty word.
Richard.
Richard Barton.
But no, you mentioned yourself about the poster magazine. And you've got your original one with pinholes, and then you've got a mint one. Well, this is my mint one, but I do have one that's held together with sellotape.
Right.
That I got when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And that's downstairs on the bookcase. That's my reading copy.
Right. But
and I put sellotape on it because I'd read it 3 or 4 times, and because it's actually quite thick.
Yeah.
The spine started splitting.
Right.
So I thought I'll tape it up, and I'll put tape around the edges so it'll never tear. Yeah, sellotape don't do too well to age, does it? It's brown and it's peeling. It's awful.
So, can I just ask you guys a question then? And for you as well, Mike. Like when you were kids at school, did you have I can't remember the name of the company because I think various different companies used to do it, but they used to come in and you could buy books through school, like book clubs and things like that. You'd write your name and tick off on the form, and then you'd have to bring the money in. Well, I have a book here from this is from 1982, and this is the book that I got while I was at school, and I still have it, and it's that.
Oh wow, that's
the Night
cool.
Before Christmas, and it's
all through the house.
It's got my name in it, and it's got the year there. My mum, bless her, wrote the year there, 1982. And so I used to have that read to me when I was a kid, and then when my children were young, I read that to them.
Yeah,
on Christmas Eve night before they went to bed. So that's I mean the artwork in this is beautiful artwork.
Oh yeah, that's lovely. I do love that old school sort of stuff. They really took care, didn't they?
Yeah. So that's staying with the theme of Christmas. And then this didn't come out at Christmas, but it has a Christmas song on it. And it was that. Soft Aid. Now it's a compilation cassette of games for a certain microcomputer. And it was released. This actually came out in March. This came out in March of '85. But it has on the B side, it has the song, Do They Know It's Christmas, the Band-Aid song. But it also has a load of games on it. And like I say, it was a charity thing, and the money went towards Band-Aid and Live Aid and that. But yeah, so that I lump that in because it has the song on it that gets played every Christmas.
Always will.
I didn't know about Soft Aid. I heard of Band-Aid and Live Aid and Farm Aid. Yeah, I've never heard of Soft Aid.
The last one, and then my desk is free, then is empty, is my old Shaking Stevens record. Merry Christmas, everyone. And the good thing about this one is it's also an advent calendar.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Ah.
And the artwork again, they've put the time and care into it. Nowadays, that would be done by 10 minutes on a computer. But back in those days, someone would actually sit there and draw that and colour it.
And until earlier, that was opened up on top of his record player.
It was, yes. It was on my record player with that.
I saw it on Monday.
Yeah. But now it's part of the Christmas decorations now.
Because having seen what you had on your record player on Monday, guess what I've been playing tonight?
You've been playing Nat King Cole?
I've been playing Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's certain records that I remember from childhood that I have that get played at Christmas, and Nat King Cole is one of them, and the other one is the Tijuana Brass Christmas song. That's a brilliant one, is that? So yeah, I thought you might have spied them, especially with it being a picture disc.
A picture disc, yes, I know. Mine's just black vinyl, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but so yeah. So that's my desk free now.
Free. Fair enough. I don't think. I've got stuff that I could show you, but I'm not going. Well, actually, I will show you one. It comes out every Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a custom figure that I made, and you'll remember it, Ed.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you still got the TARDIS and the reindeer for it?
I've still got it, yes.
Brilliant.
So he's the 12th and the 14th Doctor, is that correct?
10th and 14th. 10th and 14th. You're not far off.
I know very little about Doctor Who. I know.
No, no.
I've got me Ultra Magnus dressed as Santa there. And then I've got me AT-AT driver riding a reindeer there with a Santa hat on.
Didn't it used to be MP10 what you had dressed as Santa?
Yeah, I change it every year. Last year it was Megatron. He was Santa Claus for a year, was Megatron. This year it's Ultra Magnus. I think next year it might be Soundwave, I think.
Fantastic choice. Is that the Nat King Cole?
Shouldn't it be Starscream one year? Because he was in that issue where he had a bar humbug moment for Christmas, didn't he?
Yeah, with Josie Bella with Circuit Breaker. Yeah, but the Santa jacket that I made won't fit on Starscream. I'd have to make another one, but it'll fit on the other ones. But yeah, there's been a couple of Christmas specials, But yeah, the Starscream one, I think that's probably one that most people do remember.
Yeah,
where he decides not to shoot Jazz and kill Jazz because of Christmas.
Because of Christmas.
You mentioned that you were going to be building your model kits on your big Di-X on Boxing Day, Ed. I plan on building some Lego.
Yeah.
I haven't decided yet what, because I've got piles and piles of Lego sets that I could choose from. But I might wait and see if I get one for Christmas. And if I do, I might do that, and I might, because I keep threatening to do a Lego build along live stream. I might do that if I do it. So
you ought to video yourself building like a big AT-AT, Lego AT-AT.
Yeah. We're talking about Mark now.
Yeah. Has he finished it yet?
I think he got stalled with his AT-AT for some reason. I don't know why.
Right. And has he finished that kit yet? That Knight Rider?
I don't know. I was going to ask him about that. He's supposed to be coming on Friday, so
right.
I'll have a word with him and see if he's finished that. I hope he's finished it because he's been at it for ages.
Well, he was doing a Lego Starfighter.
Excuse me, just 2 minutes.
Yeah, he was doing a Buck Rogers Lego Starfighter, wasn't it?
But not I've had this.
You got one.
I've had this sat on the floor in my room for God knows how long now, and I still haven't made the bloody thing.
There we are, Boxing Day. We should do another stream of just building things.
Quietly making Lego sets. Yeah.
So if that stays in the box for, like, say, 15, 20 years, will that appreciate in price, not being sealed?
I don't think it's one of those sets, but it could, I suppose.
So I was thinking. I don't own any Lego. I know it's all action figures in my house and trading cards.
Lego is something that does tend to appreciate it does. Quite rapidly. Usually, it's the more expensive sets which were harder to get. But even some of the cheaper sets now, certain ones go for silly. Oh, he's here!
He heard us. His ears were burning.
We were just talking about you, Mark.
Yeah.
How you doing, mate? Ed was asking, have you finished your Knight Rider or your Lego AT-AT yet? Have you?
Inquiring minds wish to know.
It's typing right now. It's typing away.
Oh
God.
Oh God. He likes to start things but not finish them. He has got a link, so he could join us if he wanted to. Naughty wishes.
wish.
Cosmic Christmas Council. Yeah.
We all should have Santa hats on, shouldn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have one. I don't have one.
Hey.
I did have
even he doesn't have one. If he's not got one,
his sonic screwdriver looks like a candy cane.
It's a good shout. It's definitely a good shout.
Yeah, sonic screwdriver could be a candy cane for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. You just cover it in psychic paper, it'll be fine.
It identifies as a candy cane. Does anyone know what they're getting for Christmas?
No.
I haven't got many presents that I didn't get. That were just me to me, really. So, yeah.
I like how you're looking around, Mike, as if to say, well, normally they're piled up there, but there's nothing there. I haven't getting anything this year.
I can see stockings behind him.
That's for the kids. I haven't put the order in, see? I buy toys for myself all year round. It's like, do I say, I need this, I need this, I need this? No, it's more for the kids, yeah.
Benjamin's getting presents.
There you go.
Mark's getting sod all. I might have a little something for you. Something I've been meaning to give you for months, actually. I'll just wrap it up.
I mean, I do have a present down here, but I don't think I'm supposed to open it yet. Is that correct?
Well, we've boobed up, haven't we? We were going to do presents that I got for Andy and Ed, and what Ed had got for me and Andy, and what Andy had got for us two as well. And me and Ed have completely forgotten to exchange ours. And one of them hasn't turned up for Andy, so maybe we should just wait and do it next
year. Do it next year.
We'll hold it over to the next 2 weeks.
We'll do it in the next one. Yeah, we'll do it in the next one. Not that small. Oh, he wants a big present. He doesn't want a little present. He wants a big present.
Buy him a little present in a big cardboard box, and he'll be happy.
Yeah, I could do that. But he'll shake it though, won't he? Or maybe I'll just give him an empty box.
Huge box, and it's got a packet of Tic Tacs in it.
It's got Tazo in it.
That is the Amazon way, isn't it?
Some of the things I've had from Amazon recently. Huge boxes with tiny little things inside them.
I know, it's bonkers, isn't it? I don't understand the logic at all.
That said, anyone who was watching my stream this morning, they'll have seen that I packed essentially a comic. It was 3 comics, wedged it between 2 pieces of cardboard, put it in a comic book mailer, but because it was expensive and I didn't want to risk it getting bent in the post, I then put it in a big box as well.
You said this morning, that was yesterday for me. I joined that a little bit.
Yes, you did. Yes, that was yesterday for you, wasn't it?
For me, that was yesterday. Yeah.
That was this morning for us.
Wow.
I heard that's what you need to do to make it big. What? Put it in a great big box. You're getting crude now, Mark. Yeah, you did. You stopped by to say hello, didn't you? That was a little experiment. I don't know how it went yet. I've never streamed from the shop really.
No, I noticed that when I came on tonight. I thought 9 hours ago. I thought that's weird. I thought that would be daytime.
Yeah. I was just chatting nonsense while I was packing parcels.
I was thinking of something you can try. Is you do one with the webcam and then one with your phone. So one is on your face and you're talking to the camera, and then the other one is your hands putting all the stuff in the boxes. Because your stuff is just out of screen, and you just see your hands doing that, and you don't actually see it until you hold something up. So I was like, if you could talk to the camera, and then another camera's down here looking at all the stuff that you got, all the goodies. Yeah, that's another option. I'm always thinking like that. I don't do it myself, but I'm always creatively.
Yeah. No, I get the right setup for it. Yeah,
there's things when I used to paint these things. I used to do live streams of painting these guys.
Oh my god,
Warhammer.
Tiny.
That's what scares me. I could never do that.
I used to angle the webcam down to the desk here so that they could see what I'm doing with my hands. And then I'm looking up at the screen to read from the chat. but no, they couldn't see my face. And I don't know, did they want to see what I'm doing, or did they want to see me? And I'll leave them seeing what I'm doing. So if I was going to do what you've just suggested, I'd just angle the camera down to the parcels. Or maybe I should go portrait mode, so that maybe you get more of, from there to waist, maybe. So you get to see what I'm doing. I don't know. It's all experimenting at this moment in time.
It is. Yeah.
We'll see whether or not anyone actually watches. I was surprised that I had 8 people watching. That's more than we've got watching now.
That was prime time Aussie viewing. That was when you were on prime time.
Really?
Perfect. Yeah, Aussie prime time. You're on.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I think when we started, this was probably prime time for us. I think Ed's back. Ed's back.
What have I missed?
Not a lot, really. Matt joined us.
Multi-angle camera usage.
This what? Sorry.
Multi-angle camera usage and the filming of Lego construction.
Yeah, I caught the arse end of the attack.
Yeah.
Caught the arse end of the attack, but right, okay, multi-camera anglage. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Mark did join us to tell us that he hasn't finished building those things yet.
All right, we're in the chat. Oh yeah,
he was in the chat. Oh, Gaps joined us at last as well. Hello, Gap. We were talking about you earlier.
Sod all.
Benjamin and Ark.
Who's Ark?
I think he means Mark.
Oh, Mark. Yarr. I thought he was trying to talk like a pirate.
He's disappeared now as well. Everyone's going to bed.
So what was the question you had up then? What was the...
Just, do we know what we're getting for Christmas? You do.
I know 2 of them, but I don't know any of the rest of them.
All right, okay. You know what your mum's getting you?
I know what my mum's getting me, and I know what the wife and the kids are getting me.
Okay.
Well, one of them anyway, but the rest of it is a complete mystery to me.
Oh, excellent. So what are you getting that you know about?
I'm getting the Lego Batwing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cool.
I'm getting the Atari 2600 Plus.
Oh,
The new one.
I've seen one of those.
Yeah.
Tempted. I've seen one.
Very tempting.
It's nice. I mean, I have taken it out of the box to test it to make sure it's okay, and I've put it back in, and it's gone off to Santa now for wrapping. But it's nice, but it's not. It's about 80% of the size. It's about 20% smaller, so it's not the same size as an original Atari. That is a bit disappointing, but I knew that going into it. I knew that it was going to be smaller. But I am disappointed as well because they keep going towards the T2600 rather than the VCS. I'd like them to do the VCS, because I think it looks better with the six switches on it rather than the odd number switches and then the ones at the back. So it would be, So those are the 2 I know about. That I have made a list, but I don't think it's been checked twice because I have been naughty.
Is that your first Bat Lego, or have you had the...
Oh no!
Oh God.
No, the actual first bit of Batman Lego that I got would have been back in 2001, I think, maybe 2001, and it was my missus went to New York with some friends for a long weekend.
I know that shop, yes.
And she brought me back. It was... I've still got it. I don't have the box or anything anymore, but I've still got the set. And it's a Batman dragster, and then it's got Catwoman and Catwoman's motorbike.
Take another one.
And
I've got that. I've got the big Batmobile as the one bit Lego that's in my living room.
Right.
I do actually have the Batwing, but it moved with me to this house, and it's just stayed put ever since.
Yeah.
So it's still to be made, actually. But
Right.
yeah.
So so once I've got the Batwing, I think I might try and see if I can pick up the smaller Batmobile one. I think is it Batman versus the Joker or something.
Yeah.
It's not quite. I don't think it's quite the same as the smaller Batmobile that came with the big Lego Batmobile. I think it's slightly different, but yeah, I think it is important to. I think other people may have different opinions, but my opinion is I don't think it's not Christmas unless you've got at least one toy to open. You need to have at least one toy or one kind of like. Well, a toy. You need a toy to open at Christmas because that's
no matter how old you are.
Yeah, no matter how old you are, you've got to have at least one toy to open.
Fair dues.
And that is exactly what Ann Summers set out to do when she opened up her business.
What, a toy to open?
Yeah, she wanted everyone, even adults, to have a toy to play with at Christmas.
Yes.
Benjamin seems surprised that you're not getting a Spectrum.
The thought had crossed my mind. But I'm struggling to find one that I haven't got.
And Gap seems to think that you're getting coal. Spectrum coal.
Yes. No.
Atari it is.
Yeah, Atari. Yes, it's an Atari. Well, I've had a few sort of like the retro consoles this year because for my birthday I got the mini Amiga 500.
I'm going to get that at some point, I think.
Yeah, and then my old school friend has he got me the C64 Mini, the Commodore 64 Mini, which is interesting because I don't know if it's already out over here. I think it's already out in the States, but they've done a full size one with a working keyboard. So it's not. It's an emulation. It emulates, like the C64 Mini. But to be fair, they all do. I mean, even the Amiga 500, it's an emulation. It's not actual, And the Atari 2600 Plus, this new one, that's emulation. But what it does is, when you put the cartridge in, it dumps the cartridge into the emulation software. So it doesn't. The game doesn't come on immediately like it does on an original Atari. It takes about anywhere between 10 and 15 seconds before the game actually comes on. So, because it's running off the emulation on it. But it don't matter. It's HDMI. So it's, you take the rough with the smooth on things like that.
Wolverine says that my favourite toy is a sonic screwdriver. No good to me. They don't touch the sides. Gap's sending me a Davros in a wheelchair, and it comes with a ramp. That's a Doctor Who reference, Mike.
Actually, that's an interesting point about Davros because in the new Doctor Who, in the episode Dalek, with Chris Eccleston and Billy Piper, that's when they've made the Daleks be able to fly.
Levitate.
They go up the staircase. But Davros won't be able to have that technology because he won't have the space or room in his life support unit, will he?
Well, his legs get in the way.
Yeah. If he has legs, he might not have legs.
Although, technically, he's the first one that we ever saw float.
Davros is?
Mm-hmm.
Revelation
of the Daleks.
Right.
That was the Colin Baker story.
Yeah.
And it's just one very, very brief scene. The camera angle sort of like looking up at him as he's doing a bit of an emperor. He's electrocuting someone from his hand.
Right.
But and obviously everyone's attention is on the hand and the electricity. But there's actually a blue glow to the bottom of his chair to make it look like he's levitating.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it wasn't. It was then a few years later when we see them going up the stairs in the Sylvester McCoy episode.
Oh, they do it in the Sylvester McCoy one, do they?
Yeah. And everyone's like, Daleks can fly now.
Right. Now you see, I obviously didn't. I'd obviously stopped watching Doctor Who by that point then, because I thought that was the first time that they'd actually,
No, they brought in a lot. They brought in quite a few new Dalek types, didn't they, in that episode? If I remember right.
Yeah, you had the special weapons Dalek, the big cannon,
Yeah.
like a tank.
Oh, I remember seeing that on it might have been on an advert or like a publicity still kind of thing. I remember seeing it. It just comes out of it's like straight out of its chest, doesn't it? And that. I think the dome's different as well, isn't it? It's a different dome on it.
The whole top half is different.
Is it right?
Yeah,
right.
The whole top half is different.
That's a point. Sorry, Gareth. On the classic Doctor Who, then, did they ever do any Christmas specials for the old Doctor Who?
No.
Right, so it wasn't a thing for that.
Not at all. I think the nearest you got was there was an episode which was in the middle of a series. Well, middle of a story. It was a 12-part story, and it would have been episode 6 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
That episode aired either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Right.
And in that, they set it around the Feast of Stephen. And when the Doctor and companions get back to the TARDIS at the end of it, he does his usual little William Hartnell. It was
right.
Yes, and we wish all our viewers at home a Merry Christmas too. And he looks directly in the camera as he does it.
Breaks the fourth wall.
And, yeah, that's literally the closest thing you've ever got to a Christmas special before.
Right.
Just a breaking of the fourth wall.
Yeah.
But now it's a tradition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, since 2005.
Yes. Yeah, when Mr. Tennant
wasn't Kylie in one of the Christmas specials?
She was Kylie Minogue from Mike's neck of the wood.
Yeah. That was the Titanic in Space episode, wasn't it?
That's right. Yes, he's licking his lips now at the thought of Kylie Minogue.
Who wouldn't lick the lips in the thought of Kylie Minogue? Maybe not so much now. She's looking a bit haggard now. To be fair, I think she's
surprised.
She's actually lived longer in your country.
Pop up in that episode.
Quite possibly.
No, Kylie's lived more in the UK than she has in Australia, I reckon.
Has she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it might be right. Yeah.
Been there for 30 years. It's only in her 50s.
Yeah.
Well, thingy. I mean, I think she's passed away now, but Madge Sinclair, not Madge Sinclair. What's her name now? Her played Madge Ramsey, and then Madge Bishop in Neighbours. She lives in Ireland, or she did live in Ireland. I think she passed away. I'll tell you what, Michael know this program, and I've just started watching it again now because there's a free internet-based TV station over here called Pluto TV. I don't know if you have it in Australia, and they've started showing all the Prisoner Cell Block H's again from the beginning. And I've been watching that, and it's like I used to love that when I was younger.
All around the world, it was Prisoner Cell Block H. But in this country, they're just called a prisoner.
Right then. Right.
We had a prisoner.
That's why we had the different name. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, because I was looking through it, and this thing came up, and I thought, and I put it on, and they're there. So I've been watching episodes of Prisoner. It's like,
B and Lizzie and
B and Lizzie and
Freak.
The Freak, Vinegar Tits and
Vera Vinegar Tits. What a freaking good name.
But it's amazing to see. I mean, not so much now because I'm still on the first series, but I remember from later series, you had all like the actors that turned up in like Neighbours and Home and Away, but before they were famous.
Yeah.
Because I think the guy that played Harold Bishop in one of the series, I think he's some kind of social worker or something in one of the episodes and that,
Correct.
So
Ian,
and you got Stephen Dennis turning up.
Yeah.
Doesn't it make you feel good? But yeah.
Because when I was a young fella, I played at a golf club, and one of the people at the golf club was an old actor, and he said, "Oh, he used to be in Country Practice," and I'm like, "He is," and I went back and looked at it, and there's one of the old Country Practice. So he worked with all those people on Cell Block H as well. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Did you get to talk to him?
Yeah, it was my buddy. They hooked him up with me every time. It was like, oh, you can go on the cart with him. I had to babysit the 80-year-old man. He was also in Doctor Who. He was also in Doctor Who as well. Yeah.
Oh yes,
You mentioned this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name's Kevin Leslie. He's credited a couple of times in Doctor Who.
I want to see who he is.
So did he tell you any interesting stories?
Yes. There's a story he told me about. I don't want to sound terrible, but there was an actor who was a homosexual, had to kiss a woman and had to have a bucket to the side. So after he made out with a woman, he had to throw up in the bucket because the thought of kissing a woman. He said, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. that was the odd one. The cool one was he was Abbey Road in '69. He was actually, the video they did for the Beatles? Yeah, he's somewhere there. I don't know where. I've looked a few times. Amongst that big crowd of people and the hey dude, all them people, he's somewhere in that crowd.
Right.
And I was like, what? Excellent. Yeah. An Aussie actor amongst all the pommies who were there, or your English, or in the crowd, he just blended in with them. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I'll have to check that one out because I'm a big Beatles fan as well. I love the Beatles, so I'll have to check that one out.
Kevin's in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Hey Jude one that they did, they recorded that in a couple of places, but they played live. They did that one live on the
TV show,
Frost, the Frost show, the Frost Report. David Frost, he had it, and so like, he introduces them as like the best lounge band in the world ever, because they're just like jamming and things like that. But yeah, Abbey Road, yeah, I'd love to go to Abbey Road. That'd be on the bucket list. Would that?
I'd need to find a picture of me and Kevin too. I'm going to hold it up. Yeah, he was a captain of our golf club. I don't play golf anymore because I've got too many kids. But I was their young up and coming fella that they were like, this bloke, look at him, he's fit, he's good, because all these blokes were in their 50s and he was in his 80s, and now I'm here in my late 20s, and they're like, look at a young fella who's going to go places. He's going to take our club to the new heights, and I always
living vicariously through you. Yes.
What did you play off, Mike? What were your handicap?
12. That
12.
was the best I got down to. Yeah.
Yeah. That's reasonable. It's better than what I can play, or I could play.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I played. Yeah, my dad was quite a good golfer though. And back in the day, playing his links course in North Wales, I used to drag his clubs around for him on a very windswept, wind-exposed golf course from time to time.
You got some beautiful courses in the UK. I've seen books. I've seen it in books. I'm like, wow, that place is amazing. Ours are always hot and sunny. It's like you walk, 18 holes to walk. You're dead by 10 holes because the heat just gets to you. It's like, I haven't got no more strength.
How's it always wet and soggy?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, obviously it's not going to be weird for you, but I'd find that really weird. Like, sort of like celebrating Christmas when it's absolutely cracking the flags outside, red hot. That'd be just like that. Just mess with your head, You're
eating a salad, and normally a cold ham is the go-to for Australians, but people still do barbecue chickens. And you go to family gatherings, and some auntie comes out, who wants some hot food? And you're get out of here, get out of here. You'll see the sweat pouring off people. They wear the little paper hats, and you'll see people eating. You see sweat pouring off their brows, and you go to some of them, and there's like outside, and there's 10,000 flies, and people are trying to eat. Frustrating.
I have a friend, Chantel. She. I've known her years. She moved out to Australia, probably about 10 years ago now. I think she just celebrated the 10th anniversary of living out there. And then we had some family. He's passed away now, but my dad's cousin moved out to Perth. I think it would have been maybe mid-60s, late 60s. He moved out to Perth. He lived out there. I mean, he's passed away now, but... he lived out there. He used to come over, once a year, to visit and that.
Western Australia.
Yeah. I think he said. I think if I remember right, I think he lived in one of these houses that like raised up houses or something on stilts, kind of thing.
It's traditionally called the Queenslander home. Yeah.
Right.
Because because
I think he said it was something to do with all the creepy crawlies and stuff like that. And,
you live on a house of stilts, so underneath you can park your car. If you live in a place that's flooded, if it floods, your house is okay.
Right.
Yeah. That's what. And the breeze gets under your house, so the top of your house is supposed to be cooler. Designed it that way. Yeah. Because Perth gets warm. Perth gets up to 40.
Does it? Bloody hell. Right.
We had 40 the other day. It's only 23 now at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Good
morning. Good morning. My son's coming downstairs. Good morning.
Bless.
Excellent. So, what are you doing for Christmas then, Mike, this year? Are you spending it with family?
January. We got dates planned up in January to go and see the family.
Yeah.
Because my brothers, some of them are quite successful, but more successful than me. So they're busy over this time as well. So it's like, yeah. And then my mother's like gathered us all together because I'm one of 6. Gathered us all together and our family. So it's going to be a big get together. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. That sounds really good.
I don't know. I've never said that on a live stream. One of 6.
One of 6.
That's me. One of 6.
Are you a bog?
Yeah.
I think my mind did go straight to 7 of 9.
Yeah.
Mike's posed me an interesting. Mike. Sorry, we're talking to Mike. Gaps posed me an interesting question. What type of gift do I get my daughters when you own a toy shop? Do they ever want the toys that you have in the store? They did when they was younger. They got quite interested when I did keep trying. I always fail, so I don't know why I bother, but I keep trying to do traditional girls' toys, Barbies and things like that, and they just sit there. They just sit there on the shelf. I can't shift them.
Do you want to tip my 2 daughters? What they are? Sylvanian families.
Sylvanian families, yeah, I tried that. They went through a phase with Sylvanian families. They did like their Sylvanian families. But it didn't last long. And the only thing that's ever stuck with them is books. They love to read. So books, graphic novels, and this year it's been manga. They're going mad for manga.
There you go. There's your manga.
Yeah. Are you a manga man as well?
No, it's my wife.
Oh, it's your wife. Okay. Yeah.
But there's a lot of school-based manga, though, isn't there? So I suppose if they wanted kind of
that's because the Japanese like their teenage girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boys in them all with their bleeding noses every time they speak to a woman. It's like us men in the Western world are like, geez, a bit more, a bit more bravado to talk to women in our part of the world. It's, over there, it's like the girl says hello and he's like,
streaming.
It all sounds a bit. It sounds a bit Gary Glitter does this.
A little bit.
They've got a very different attitude to certain things over there. It's very different culturally. To us.
Until very, very recently, the legal age of consent was 13, wasn't it?
What, in Japan? That's wrong.
Yeah. Although
but for them it wasn't. You see, that's what I mean. Culturally, it was very, very different there.
But it's still wrong. It's still very, very wrong.
I don't disagree with you, but until about 100 years ago, it was the same here.
What is it now in the UK? What is it in the UK now? The consent?
16.
Yeah, same here. 16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I think that's too young. I think that kids today, because I don't think the kids today are that emotionally mature.
No.
So,
No,
not 17-year-olds with babies. No.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the problem is there are also a lot of kids who, when they hear that it's a certain age, immediately want to do it younger than that to be able to have bragging rights, and that's like you can't win either way, really, can you? Because no one at a particular age has a particular mindset guaranteed written stone, so it's completely pointless, really, in many respects. But they've got to pick something, I suppose, at the end of the day, So
this toy conversation has gone down a very strange route.
Well, you started it with Ann Summers.
I'm glad we've moved on from the show and tell aspect.
Yeah, batteries not included.
That was a good film.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It's all right.
I loved that as a kid. Batteries Not Included. That's another one I have to show the girls as well.
Right. Okay. I've got a question for you then. I'll ask you all. You can answer individually if you want. But what's your go-to Christmas movie? So, Mike.
At our house, it's Home Alone all day
Home
long.
Alone.
We've seen it about 300 times, I think.
Yeah. Andy?
Yeah, I think Home Alone is a good one as well. Trying to think what my. Sometimes there are some Netflix ones that we seem to have started watching of late. They're very they're very cheesy. They're quite Hallmark, but they're fine. It's I can't remember what they're called. But
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's always the Christmas blessings or the love of Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
The one with Amelia Clark. I want to see that just for personal reasons. She's in the Christmas movie. I know that.
Yeah. Gareth, what's yours?
Well, the only one I've put on this year is Santa Claus the movie, the Dudley Moore one.
Oh yes.
Traditionally, it would be the Albert Finney Scrooge.
Oh, the musical version.
The original one, the black and white one.
That's Alistair Sim.
Alistair Sim, sorry, not Albert Finney. Alistair Sim, sorry. That used to be the traditional one, and sometimes we'd follow it up with Scrooged. But no, Benjamin's named one there, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
But the Gap has also mentioned the one that I personally always angle to, which I know you don't say is a Christmas movie.
No, it's not.
For me, it's a Christmas movie.
It's a film that happens to be set at Christmas, but it's not a Christmas film.
Fair enough. It does what I want it to do at Christmas.
Bruce Willis himself has stated that it's not a Christmas film.
Yeah, but he's lost his mind.
That's settled then.
Yeah.
Well, it's documented.
Too soon.
But Blue Harvest has just mentioned mine. Yeah. Mine's Wonderful Life and like I said, the original Scrooge with Alistair Sim. Those are my two.
I made myself suffer through It's a Wonderful Life once. I can't bring myself to do it again.
Well, your choice in films is dubious anyway.
Every time
it's a Christmas movie.
Both Benjamin and Gap say this is a Christmas movie.
Oh, well, then it must be. Of course.
Oh, what are you watching?
She's a YouTuber.
Oh, right, okay.
Her name's Isabel.
She just YouTubes herself drinking coffee? Oh, right, okay.
And my son found her.
Well, right then, if Die Hard is considered a Christmas movie, then that must mean that Gremlins is a Christmas movie. And Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
I've not seen it, so I couldn't say.
Yeah. It's set at Christmas.
Batman Returns,
yeah.
Christmas movie.
Which they're not. They're not Christmas movies. It's just that they happen to be set at Christmas.
Oh. Well, what's the other one? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yeah.
Fantastic film.
Well, that's a Thanksgiving one, isn't it? So that's going to be November, isn't it? That's set. That's because they're trying to get home for Thanksgiving dinner, aren't they?
That's right.
So, but but a push, yeah. You could say it's a holiday film. I mean, like I said, I would say, yeah.
There is The Holiday.
You what? Sorry, Andy.
There is The Holiday.
Oh, I think the missus were watching that the other week.
Cameron D.
Yeah, and is it Jude Law that's in it as well?
Yeah.
That's what they were watching. Yeah. I was just like,
it's quite good actually because they're just quite nice human stories. If we're if you're going to wind it back to the Godzilla movie, it's quite nice.
Actually, if I confess, I did actually start watching it when Eli Wallach turned up. He's the actor that plays the Ugly in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and he also plays the bad guy in Magnificent Seven. He did a lot of westerns. He also plays Don Altabello in Godfather 3, but we don't talk about Godfather 3. No. But yeah, he was in a scene with Kate Winslet, and it was actually, to be fair, that was actually quite a good scene.
Yeah.
But then when them other ponces came on, I was like, no, just go off and do something else. But, Benjamin's put Jack Frost, the one with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, very good film. Yeah. And Gap is not happy with you at all, Eddie.
I never said it. What?
No, but he's throwing his doll out.
He is. I've just been hit on head with this bloody teddy flying out at cock. Ed watches My Little Pony at Christmas.
There's so many. There's so many. Yeah. There's so many good Christmas films out there. There really are.
You mentioned Santa Claus the movie. I can remember going to the cinema to see that.
Really?
I went to pictures to see that. Yeah.
The Tim Allen one, yeah.
Dudley Moore.
Yeah, Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore, Arthur.
Yeah. Arthur.
That's the guy.
Yeah. That's one of my favourite films of all time. Is Arthur?
One of the first adult films I watched as a kid. I was like, this joke's a bit raunchy.
That could be classed as a Christmas film because that's set at Christmas as well.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it's not a Christmas film.
Fair enough.
Well, actually, let's put that. Maybe the people in the chat can answer them. What would you say is the criteria then that defines a film as being a Christmas film?
The reference to Christmas, a Christmas hat, maybe a Christmas tree in the film.
I think it's probably got to revolve around
that's Die Hard
Christmas themes rather than having Christmas as an incidental date in it.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you like you said, I mean, joking. I mean, if you take the case of Die Hard, the fact that it's at Christmas is actually incidental. It's irrelevant that it's at Christmas. It could be set at any other period. It could be at Easter. It
could be Thanksgiving or something, couldn't it?
No.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I'd say that's a Christmas movie because it's he's trying to get a present for his kid. But no, Christmas and intro part. Yeah,
Well, in that, it's all about him trying to get home to be with his family at Christmas. Is Die Hard? That's the end goal of Bruce Willis.
No, he's going over to see his wife because he's trying to stop her from divorcing him. That's why he's going.
Oh, he's got a present, all right.
He's trying to go upstairs as well.
No, because they've separated, aren't they? They've separated, and he's going across to try and save the marriage.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Because he gets peed off when she's using Gennaro, which is a maiden name. But yeah. But I mean, well, then I suppose that makes Die Hard 2 a Christmas film, then, doesn't it?
Yes. Of course it is. It's snowing.
Yeah.
It's bloody snowing.
I love to have a bit of fun. I do.
Now, I think now that you're eligible for monetization, you probably have to get Mike's children to sort of sign off on the fact that they're included in your video.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
And we've got copyright content as well.
I'm not quite there yet. I've still got a couple of the stuff to go through, all the checks and everything.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: when you make a video, when you put so much effort into it, and you cut in some music that you like and all, and then you upload it, and then it comes back copyright infringement, you won't get paid for this one. It's tears. It is literally like I've just like put 8 hours of effort into a video that I've hyper edited, and then I found one little snippet that might be 30 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever, and demonetize the whole video. That's
we had that on that live stream the other day, didn't we? Because we played someone else who played something else, and that was enough to trigger it. And so I put interestingly, I mean, I'll mention this just because it might be of interest to people, but I put a comparison of Battle of the Planets up against G-Force Guardians of Space, and I put both of the videos on the same screen at the same time, even with their soundtracks going a little bit at the same time as well, thinking that would somehow confuse the powers that be, and I might get away with it. Like, nope. And in fact, when they sort of said this is infringed our copyright, it was cut down to the actual sort of complete frame. I guess because the complete frame of the video was there. What I should have done was superimpose me over the video clips a bit, and that might have done enough to sort of block it out and make it all right. But I wasn't too fussed because I knew it was going to happen anyway. I thought it was a fairly high chance of it happening. But at least even though I was on it as well, so it was kind of clearly original rather than just regurgitated stuff. It's quite interesting how incredibly sharp it is these days with the processing power they've got. It's quite scary. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I put a video together about 6 months ago now with the Godzilla one, and obviously you're allowed to use material if you are using it for review purposes or using it to explain something that you're talking about. And I described the scene in a film that I particularly liked and why I liked it, and then I put that brief scene in while I was talking about it, and I think it was about 30 seconds, and they pulled me on it. However, from the same studio, I put a full 3-minute trailer at the beginning of the video.
Nothing.
With music and everything else. They left that in. That's fine.
Bizarre. So you could have showed that 30 seconds.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Slimehouse toys.
Got Slimehouse in the house.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
He can't make his stuff fast enough. So I
know. I'm behind, actually. I haven't seen the latest Slimehouse video yet. It's flagged up as something to watch this morning, but I wasn't able to watch it first thing this morning, so I meant to watch it tonight.
He was packing boxes.
On the couch. Yeah, I was packing boxes. I fell asleep on the couch, so it's going to be tomorrow, I'm afraid, Theo. I will catch up, though. I will catch up. I like the look of the figure you've got on the thumbnail that you've designed. It looks great. Yeah, Benjamin, that might... Well, I don't know. Free advertising, that trailer, maybe, but it was for a 1990 movie, or 92, 93 movie. So, yeah, no one's flooding to the cinema to see that right now.
True.
It's just working on the next one. Oh, your next figure. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Oh, I like that. Mark straight in there to show Theo's channel. TV. There we go.
But
he's over there.
He's now. But he's now got a warehouse, not a warehouse, but he's got like a sort of production studio in his house, hasn't he?
Backyard by the look of it. I think it's a backyard, isn't it, Theo?
Last summer, I used to go over the hills. It's like a 10-minute.
Is that right, Theo? It's in your backyard?
Area. It's such a dear place in my heart. I haven't been since last
year. What is your son watching?
He is.
He was very, very giddy over your Godzillas, wasn't he? As I recall.
My daughter's over there too.
It's in the backyard. I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is she? What are they watching?
Oh, this Canadian. Oh, she's American. She lives in Washington State.
Okay.
She's just a vlogger, a very attractive vlogger. Lots of reasons to watch. She goes shopping and she cooks some food and she might go for a swim. Thousands of views.
Yes, Gap. I think Benjamin mentioned it earlier. I don't suppose you've seen it yet, Mike, or have any interest in it? Have you seen the new Godzilla movie?
No.
No interest.
No
interest.
No.
Okay.
No. I don't do lizards.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think it will work quite well in black and white, actually. There you are, Andy.
It's official.
Everyone gets to give up the Godzillas.
We're going for a swim.
They're dwindling too much now. They're dwindling too much. I've still got some to dig out. There's some... Well, my arms can't go wide enough on camera, but there's an absolutely huge 3 of them, remote control ones. There's probably about... Yeah, you still can't see, can you? the box is probably from there to there, and maybe 3 of those cabinets wide. And there's 2 Godzillas and there's a Mothra remote control.
Wow.
I really can't wait to have a go with them, but I had time and I ain't got anywhere big enough to get them out to have a play.
To whiz them around.
I wonder if Ed's disappeared for the night or if he's just gone to do something.
Well, I was going to get ready to say goodbye because the family's waking up and the house is getting loud and they're not turning the TV down. So
Just buy something from that collection, but got no room. Yeah, you've not. Benjamin's not really had Godzilla stuff so far. I think you've had a Funko Pop, haven't you? I've had a Funko Pop.
That's more manageable size-wise, certainly.
Yeah. I know. I'm missing my pink one. It's gone. I need to replace it. When I kept that blacklight one. No, Mark, you're not getting my Robo Skull for Christmas. I don't know what you're talking about.
Never hopeful.
Only about £350, aren't they? £350, aren't they?
And the rest of it.
And the rest of it.
Yeah.
They're going up every year.
They are. It really is an investment thing, is the Robo Skull now. It can't go up much further, though, surely. It's got a couple of comments. Okay.
It will.
Yeah, so I mistakenly didn't take it off the website when I kept it, and someone bought it, and I ended up having to post it out to them. So I need to replace it now for myself. That was one of the better blacklight things in the cabinet. I just sold one of those today, so if you want one, there's only one left.
Well, I'm going to leave you now, so thank you for having me on.
Right.
No problem. I think we're going to be wrapping it up soon anyway, Mike. So you take care.
Thank you.
All the best for Christmas.
I'll get this TV turned in. All the best for Christmas. Merry Christmas, all these.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New
All a
Year.
good night.
See you later. Take care.
See you guys. Thank you.
See ya.
And Mark missed out on the 40th anniversary book on the Robo Skull. There's a book about it. There's a whole book about the Robo Skull. Really? A whole book about the Robo Skull?
We'll have its own TV show next.
Possibly so. Yeah, everyone's saying bye to Mike now. There we go. So are we going to bring it to an end, I think?
Looks like it.
We've been
left two-handed, haven't we? So
we have, yeah. Ed's disappeared.
Yeah.
He didn't say, but I bet he's nipped at Lou and got caught up with family.
Yeah, well, it's that time of year. He's probably been pulled into doing something else, hasn't he? So
Probably. He's got to wrap presents.
yeah.
It was by Bob himself. All right, okay. Bob Breakin. Of Mr. Palitoy himself. Right. Okay, then. Well, I'll wish a Merry Christmas to everyone who's in the chat.
As
Everyone who's watching. And, yeah, I think we're going to get off.
Catch you in 2024, kids.
Oh, you'll see me before then. Oh, toy fairs next week. Are you at any of them?
I don't know. When are they next week?
There's one on the 29th. I think that's Bolton. And then there's Doncaster on the 30th.
I could do the 30th, possibly, actually.
Oh, yeah, you turned up just as we're going. You'll have to come on to one of these. See you.
30th,
I'm sure I'll see you at some point, Benjamin. Mark's going to Donny.
Mark's going to Donny. Okay.
How are you getting? Yeah, I can't get to Stafford, unfortunately. It's too out of the way for me. It's supposed to be a good one, though, isn't it? It's supposed to be a really good one in Stafford.
I'm going to have no money, though.
Yeah.
Actually, I might have it Saturday, actually.
I could do with trying to get rid of Bolton and start doing Stafford instead. Hey, Lobot's been here since the beginning. He's been quiet all this time. He's been listening.
Bolton,
yeah, he was here at the beginning. He said Merry Christmas. Bolton's
quite trainy, isn't it? I think Doncaster's a better fit for your...
He's a cheeky one.
Oh, well, steady. You can buy me a pint first, Mark. I mean, yeah.
That's his Christmas present from you. A lift to Donny.
We'll see. It might be a possibility.
You'll have to get in touch with him then.
It's in the right direction anyway. Actually, yeah, because last time we had to go sort of back on ourselves, but actually that would be in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll think on. It's one of those things that popped into my head and then popped out again. So
I'm sure it's 30th. Let me check for you.
No, I'm sure you're right. You could well be right. I remember there was one due before the end of the year.
Yeah, Doncaster's 30th. 29th is Bolton, and 27th
both
is
of those?
Stafford. Pardon?
Are you going to do Bolton and Doncaster?
I'm doing both of those, which means for a change, Doncaster's going to get sloppy seconds. But I don't think Bolton's going to be that busy. It never is. Lobot says he's a listener and the ladies love him.
But on a Fridays, yeah, I mean that's going to be quiet. I would have thought. Don't know, but yeah. Right then.
Right. Good night.
And then it's probably back to where I'm back.
You know. What? He's only come back because we were saying good night. Hello.
Hello. You're right.
Actually, no, we're just coming back to say that I've got to get off.
All right.
No, that's all right. Don't worry.
Are you not doing the gift part thing?
Well, I realised that me and you haven't exchanged presents and won't be doing that until Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. I think it's Saturday. So, can we do this?
I'm happy to do it if you're happy to do it.
If you want, you can do, Mark. You're welcome to join us.
Where's he going? Oh, down to Toy Fairs. Toy Fairs.
That was being discussed. Yes.
Right.
Things.
Are we opening these Andy presents?
They kind of. Did you get the one? Did you get the one from me, Andy?
No.
It doesn't. All right. I thought you said it come.
No, I didn't know I was getting one from him. So I've got one from him.
He's got one from me.
Is that the one that's in the Amazon box?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. See, you pay for next day delivery, you don't get next day service.
This is the shape of the one that I have.
Right.
Which was
and that's inside the box that you said it would be inside a box, so I wasn't really sure whose I had.
Yeah. No, this is it'll be like a square box. Like a raving. Yeah.
How big's your telly?
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm easy either way.
Well, let's wait till we've all got them, and then. Yeah.
Or you could just open them in the privacy of
the next one.
Home.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, you could open them just in the privacy of your own home and share them with the world. And keep the joy to yourself. That's up to you guys. Whatever.
Let's share the joy next time because it's very late on now, anyway, isn't it?
So, it is, yeah. So what are we? A brief one in between Christmas and New Year, or are we just waiting until the 3rd of January?
Is it 3rd of January? The next one?
It is, yeah.
It would be. It would be.
Is it really?
Unless you want to slip a quick one in.
I'm always up for that.
Wait, no, you can't because in 27th and 28th that you're toy fairing.
29th. I've just been through this. 29th and 30th.
Oh right, okay, yeah. So you could either 27th or 28th then.
And 27th, actually there's a point. On the 27th, I'm live streaming my giveaway for.
Yes, I've got that on my calendar. I was trying to read my own handwriting then. I was thinking, what's that? What
I really should be promoting this, shouldn't I? Right, okay. If you subscribed, you are welcome to join the live stream on the 27th. All you have to do is say hi in the chat and you stand a chance of winning this. You've got to be there for 8:30 because at 9 o'clock I start spinning the wheel. If you guys wish to join me on that live stream to open presents and chat Christmas shit, you are more than welcome to.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, well, yeah, do that. Well, if we're on 27th, yeah?
Yeah. 27th.
Right, well, if we're promoting stuff...
Hi, it's Ed from Vaults of Icon. Just a quick one. You are cordially invited to join me on Thursday the 21st of December at 8:30pm over on YouTube for the Collector's Archive Christmas special. Hope you can make it and join us in the live chat. It's a bit of a special one, put a bit of work into it, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a way of, of say thank you to the people that's taken part and supported and helped me over 2023. So yeah, hope you can make it, and thanks a lot. We'll catch you soon. Why is it snowing in here?
There you go. As soon as we're promoting stuff. Have you got something to promote, Andy?
No, just got multiple premieres happening this week, basically, for no apparent reason.
Any particular topics?
Toys.
There's a Thunderbird 3 one coming later in the week. I haven't what it is about now. I'm brain dead. I've run out of energy. I got very little sleep last night for no apparent reason. I just couldn't sleep, so I've kind of lost it now. But yeah, I have. Oh yeah, there's also a rather random one I've done about Eagle. I bought an ancient Eagle comic back from my parents' house, which is like 70 years old.
Yeah.
So if you have any vague interest in such antiquities, then you can watch me flick through that.
Right.
Okay.
In a couple of days' time.
I've got a subject for you to discuss if you're doing a Thunderbirds kind of thing. Is to discuss the crapness of Thunderbird 1 as an aeroplane.
Oh, the crapness of Thunderbird 1 as an aeroplane, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, even as a kid, I didn't like Thunderbird 1. I thought it made a rubbish... Because there's no cockpit, there's no, window for the cockpit anywhere. And the way that it, takes off, it's effectively just it's a rocket rather than a plane, really.
But it has wings, therefore it's a plane.
No, I don't know. V1 rocket had wings.
Yes, but it didn't go into space, therefore it was just a very fast
so
plane.
Thunderbird 1 goes into space?
No, I didn't say that. I said it didn't. So the V1 didn't go into space, but...
Yeah, but it had wings, like Thunderbird 1.
Yeah. Well, Thunderbird 1 is just basically a big piloted missile, isn't it? Effectively, I suppose. Yeah. Given how fast it's supposed to travel.
Right.
It's their first responder, so it should go faster than Thunderbird 2 and set up shop and then manage the danger zone.
Because, Thunderbird 3, I take it that's just used to ferry people up to Thunderbird 5.
Yes, but also it can do satellite-y repair stuff and rescue off space vehicles, things of this nature. In the Thunderbirds Argo animated series, it actually does a little bit more. So it does actually go for sort of extraplanetary stuff. They had quite an interesting one where they took Thunderbird 4 to Titan and used Thunderbird 4 as a submersible on a moon of Jupiter. Is it or Saturn? I forget. But anyway, yeah. So it was quite cleverly done, basically, and the toy of Thunderbird 3 was very cleverly enhanced for that show as well, because that show Thunderbird 3 did more stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Thunderbirds 2 still the best.
Yeah.
Thunderbird 2. It's awesome. But yeah. But no, right, yeah. No, but maybe that could be an idea.
Is Thunderbird 2 literally just a cargo plane?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, they both say it once.
Okay. But I'd argue that out of all the different Thunderbird vehicles, Thunderbird 2 is the one that's the most useful out of the lot of them. Basically,
Thunderbird 2, it gets shit done.
Yeah. It's the Swiss Army knife of international rescue is Thunderbird 2. It's...
And in Thunderbirds Argo, they rather cleverly reconfigured it so that the pods construct pod vehicles according to demand for the task at hand.
Ah,
rather
right.
rather than carrying pre-made vehicles.
Yeah.
Which I thought was that. I thought, yeah, that's good. I see what you've done there. That's
Yeah.
very clever. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
Thunderbird 4 is still dedicated, obviously, because it needs
Yeah.
to be. But other vehicles they just constructed from whichever parts they had in the pod, basically.
Hmm.
So, yeah, clever.
So I'm just trying to think. So do the other, we'll call them mini rigs or mini vehicles that Thunderbird 2 ferries around? Is it just Thunderbird 4 that has a designation then? The others, I can't remember from watching it as a kid. The others having a designation.
If you watch my Pod Vehicles premiere earlier in this evening, you would discover that there are many named pod vehicles, such as Firefly, the Mole, the I can't remember what it's called now, but something that's completely boring and isn't anything at all.
I mean, I can't recall the others having like a numerical, suffix to them. Like so. The Mole
they just call them random stuff.
Pardon?
They just call them random stuff like Firefly and
yeah. So it's not like this is Firefly, which is Thunderbird 7, or the Mole that's Thunderbird 10, or things like that.
No, I believe the elevator cars were numbered from 1 through to 3.
All right,
that's what you're looking for. And there was also a Thunderbird 6 once in one of the subsequent films.
Right, would that be the movie called Thunderbird 6?
That would be the movie called Thunderbird 6, which was, I believe, a triplane.
All right, useful.
I got nothing. I'm not sure I've even actually watched it, but yeah, I just know of it.
Right. Is that the movie with Bill Paxton?
No.
Oh God, no.
No,
we don't. We don't speak of that one. I cover the toys for historical reasons, but it's always prefixed with a slight shudder when I start speaking of them. There was in the Thunderbirds Are Go animated series. There is a new Thunderbird called Thunderbird S, which is S for Shadow.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's for their spy operative.
It's like a stealth ship.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite cool actually.
Ah.
There's always Fab 1 as well.
That's piloted by the Tracy sister, isn't it?
Well,
the Tracy what?
Sister.
No, I think she's related to that. Is she the one who's related to the Hood in some way?
Oh, is she?
Maybe the Hood's daughter. Actually.
Oh, she's not. Yeah, she's Chinese, isn't she? Or Asian of some kind.
Yes. What Keiko? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have sisters.
No, they don't. You're right. They don't. It's not. Don't panic. It's no sisters.
They don't have sisters. Oh, I'm not panicking. I'm just pointing out that they don't have sisters. They're all brothers, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's because the third born, which was the sister, Mr. Tracy was like, no, go drown her in the pool. I only want boys.
Virgil. He were Thunderbird 2 guy. He were my favourite. Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But obviously, he still wasn't as cool as Troy Tempest.
Greenville, standby action stations. Anything
can happen in the next
very disgusting turn.
This what?
The chat has taken a very disgusting turn.
What I'm talking about.
I see. Thank you, Mark.
Up on the screen.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, Parker. Yes, milady. Yeah.
Dear me. You're all so bad. Santa is not bringing you any Christmas this year.
No. Maybe
Santa's ordering for Christmas. You've no chance at this rate.
What's that?
Christmas orders still coming in. They've got no chance at this rate.
Christmas orders going in.
Too late.
No, the Christmas order window has passed. I'm a bit vexed, irked about that parcel not arriving. Because, like I said, I did a 24-hour service on that.
Well, I mean, even the other one was dropped off very stealthily. It wasn't I opened my door. I realized there was one sat there. So it's like,
yeah,
come on.
No, I've got a big problem with Amazon at the moment over that. Because, like I said, because I work from home, like members of the family have their stuff delivered here. Yeah.
Right.
And like Amazon, every Amazon delivery that I've had over this Christmas period, they've rung the doorbell or knocked on the door, and they've just left and the van's driving off. And it's like, that is just bang out of order. I just like, that's not how you do deliveries. It's...
I mean, I'm lucky because my front door is actually sort of out of sight of the sort of the main street.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I've arrived home to find all sorts just left. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You couldn't even put some of this stuff to the letterbox if you'd actually tried.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like I say, it's a bit different for me because, like I said, we've got the big gate at the side of the house for the dog. So they always come to the front door, and 9 times out of 10, by the time they've rung the doorbell, because I'm up in the loft, I have the loft ladders to get down, then have the staircase to get down, and they're just driving off, and I'm like, oh yeah, cheers, And even when it's raining and stuff, they just leave them there. The only one that doesn't do that, and I must admit, I've never had a problem with them. I've used them for deliveries, and I've used them for sending stuff out, and I've had stuff from them, received from them, and that's Every, who was formerly Hermes.
Yeah,
I've never had a problem with them, and our local courier that does Every is a sound bloke. He's a really nice chap, And
aren't most Amazon parcels delivered by Every?
No. Well, it's been Amazon people that's come and delivered ours.
Right.
I mean, there might be some of them that's delivered, but
I'm fairly sure that mine are by Every.
Right. But then again, during lockdown, and then I think when the postal strike and things like that were on, there were just random people turning up with Royal Mail stuff. Deliveries. I'm like, you're not my postie. Who are you?
No, not ideal, is it?
Not on. What's that he says? What's Mark saying?
Not to Ed's house.
Why? You're playing knock a door run or something. I'll get back here, you.
Why are we not close?
What?
I might
Can't
just
figure out how to close this.
11 o'clock at night might not be the best time to be trying to do manual dexterous tasks.
No, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna put all this lot back tomorrow. I've got that Peterbilt truck to put back tomorrow. I'll put that back away tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why it gets free parcels if you come to your house.
Yeah, obviously that was right. Yeah, you're going to pinch your pile of parcels from off your front door.
Yeah, I will release the hounds on him.
Yeah. No, don't go to Ed's house. You'll be accosted and molested by the dog.
Yeah.
Fair dues.
You were talking about Red Rockets earlier on. Well.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think I missed that one.
No, it's Thunderbird 3.
Ah, right. Yes. Very good. Yeah, very good. So. But anyway, I think it's probably time, isn't it?
It's long past time, I reckon. Yeah. We've done 3 hours.
Yeah, done 3 hours. Again.
See, the whole point of going and starting at 8 was so that we didn't
earlier. Rather than exactly the same time as we always did before.
Yeah, we've waffled.
I'll tell you something. What we ought to do is through the summer, when we've all 3 of us have got some time off, so like try and push for an all-nighter.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe start at 10 on an evening and go while maybe 10 while 2, and like get some of the overseas viewers. Like it could be an overseas special.
The space.
Be able to manage it. You're bloody 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, but I feel 10 years older.
You look it.
I feel it.
And on that bombshell, it's good night from him.
It is.
Go on then, not the end credit. I go to work every day.
Put us out of his misery.
Yeah.
All right, then. Good night, chaps. It's been wonderful and a pleasure.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you all. Will we see you all tomorrow for the Christmas special?
I'll do my level best. I'm
Yeah,
going to go pick up some
well,
Christmas shopping and stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll try.
It's at 8:30.
8:30.
8:30 tomorrow on my channel.
Yeah.
Cap says goodbye. Say goodbye, Gareth. Goodbye, Gareth.
Oh.
Yes, farewell, Gap. Farewell, Mark. Farewell, Robot. And farewell to the other lurkers that are watching.
Yeah. Good night, all of you. Take care.
Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.